Oh boy. All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Knowledge and Relationships. This is your boy M3. And tonight, okay, I know this was like the spur of a moment type of thing. So your boy was definitely in a rush of doing so, but we are going to have, let me go ahead and bring this up. Again, we are, dang it, StreamYard. Okay, sorry. We are going to have a watch party, okay, for Miss Nebraska. We're going to be having a watch party for the first time. I don't think we ever done that here on YouTube where we having a watch party, right? While the other person is going live. So the goal is, right, basically, is to have this watch party while Miss Nebraska goes live featuring MzPoly. So the moment she starts going live, we're gonna do a screen share and then we're going to react, but we're also going to support. So all the people that's in YouTube, okay, get ready, okay, to start creating Twitch accounts because we want you guys to support Miss Nebraska here on Twitch. So in the meantime, I make sure, okay, just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. In the meantime, I gotta give a salutes, right, to Knowledge and Relationships Network Manager, Mr. Best in the World, as known as the Intellectual SoapBox. So make sure you guys, come on, sound stuff, get together. Hold on, let's do this one more time. All right, one more time. There we go. Now it's louder. Okay, so make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Big Mama G's. Hey, thank you for tuning in. So let's go ahead and we're gonna play some music real quick, okay? I don't think Miss Nebraska has started yet, but we will see in a moment, okay? So, let's go ahead and we're just going to start with this one, okay? All right. Make sure it's good. All right, let me know if the sound is too loud. We're gonna do a sound check, okay? So let me know if you guys can hear me. All right, it would be greatly appreciated. And what I'm going to do is, excuse me, I'll make sure everything's set up. So make sure you guys like get the likes up as well too. Subscribe to Knowledge and Relationships. Also, if you guys can, again, please check out Miss Nebraska's live stream. So let me see if she is on real quick, okay? All right, let me refresh this. Oh, she is live. Okay. Okay, everybody. Here we go. We're about to do a screen share. So let's go ahead and do this. Actually, hold on for a second. Okay, so right now, what's going on there? When you're on Twitch, right? You know, you get to like see like the commercials and all that. So, and I thought, let's see, continue sub one day remaining. Update your subscription. Expires January 13th. All right, here we go. All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to cue this music off real quick. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, everybody, right? So right now we're streaming on Twitch, watching Miss Nebraska. So let me see. There we go. Let me go ahead and give her like a nice salute. All right, so I'm letting Miss Nebraska know. Salute, and I am streaming her channel right now. So once the show begins, we're all gonna be watching together as a family. Now I will post a link and I will pin it to the top so people could also check out her channel on Twitch too and give her some support. If you guys do that, let her know that Knowledge and Relationships sent you so she could feel all the love. Let me see what else she says. Also salutes to like K Marion. She says, let's get the likes up for well, on Twitch, there's no like button, but if you comment or give her emoji, at least she'll know that you guys are giving her some support. And let her know that Knowledge Relations has sent you. So Miss Nebraska's we'll post up right here. You know what? This will be better. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I can't see. Hold on. All right, everybody. I'm right now. I'm typing in her name. Hmm. All right, let me see how many people is watching. All right, so right now we're waiting for Miss Nebraska to pull up MzPoly. Oh, hold on for a second. Let me make sure I got this right on the banners. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna post this on on here again. Place the pin message. All right, cool. Everybody, make sure you guys get the likes up. Follow Miss Nebraska here on Twitch. If you guys want to come up, for the watch party, let me know. As soon as I see somebody comment, I'll bring you up here to the panel, okay? So right now we are just waiting for Miss Nebraska to bring up MzPoly. I think she's just getting everything set up. But how's everybody doing tonight? I know I saw 7 people watching, and then um, numbers went down for a second. Hopefully, those same numbers that went down is going to head over to the Twitch side. Also, too, right? If you want to tune in, just be sure to tune in every Tuesday and Thursdays at almost the same time at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Sundays may vary for Miss Nebraska's live stream. And yes, Miss Nebraska does stream here like on Twitch. So just to let you guys know that. I don't know who else is online, but let me go check. Yep. Well, I don't call it Twitch game, but I call it Twitch gang. You know, GANG. Oh shoot, I forgot. When it comes to I forgot when it comes to like YouTube. I forgot that you can't really play like music like you could play like on Twitch. So I'm for sure that YouTube will probably give me a healthy copyright for that part. But I'm not really tripping though. They're not really that rigid as opposed to if you're playing stuff that people require for you to take down. So at least like we'll get like the long wait out the way if YouTube wants me to like trim the stream. All right, so I see people like tuning in. All right, so look, everybody, for the ones who's tuning in, we are just waiting for MzPoly to come up because here's the thing: we're doing a watch party, right, for Miss Nebraska, and so for the watch party, she's featuring like Miss Nebraska. So more folks are gonna probably be headed over to the Twitch side, which that's a good idea. I prefer that. But for here, if you guys don't know about Twitch or you guys don't have a Twitch account, come over here and I'll tell you, like, look, it's fast, it's easy to sign up. Just create a Twitch account. You can also follow us on Twitch because we have a Twitch account here on Knowledge and Relationships. But we're trying to represent Miss Nebraska. So make sure you guys follow Miss Nebraska on the Twitch network. Let me see. All right, she's about to bring up MzPoly. All right, here we go. Yeah, Twister came by, man, try to wreck the party though. You guys say you can't hear her. How? Oh shoot.
because y'all know groceries is mad expensive nowadays.
My bad, everybody. My bad. I did not know that I
So
had the
I had to
stream
hurry up
muted. You guys should
and
be able to
fix
hear it
the
now.
food. So I do apologize for being tardy tonight. Normally, I do not operate like this. I don't want you to think that I'm like this all the time, Miss Polly.
I
Oh,
don't
let me
think
check.
that. I understand. We dealt with tornadoes before. We know.
Thank you, K. Marion, for letting me know.
So I would like to
So I
officially
guess I won't get
welcome
a
my Nebraska
copyright
sister,
claim
who is also
because
from
throughout
Nebraska
the
as
whole
well, you
entire
guys. So yes, you
theme
have
where she
two
was playing
beautiful
music,
brown
everything was pretty
women
much
from
muted.
Nebraska. Okay, and welcome on in, Miss
From the
Polly.
corn.
Welcome on in.
From the
This
corn, I
is
guess.
your second time, I believe, on my platform, but your first time as a exclusive guest on the podcast. So welcome, welcome. Um, let me. Oh, we got
Oops.
DJ
DJ.
Nasty in the building. What up, DJ Nasty? Welcome on in. Happy New Year's to you. We got Knowledge and Relationships and Mr. Best in the building, which they
All
are
right, cool. So we
currently
got.
hosting
Feel
a
free to call
host
in.
party
You're more than welcome to
on
leave your camera off.
YouTube.
Oh,
So shout out to all of our YouTube family. We love you
Yes.
guys. Thank you so much for the
I
support.
don't know what
Big
happens
shout out to
if I
my
tune into the
moderator,
StreamYard.
Diva.
We guys hear a
Certified
double
in the
echo. I mean, I
building,
could probably mute
always holding
myself,
it down. I appreciate
but I don't
you.
know how that will look.
DJ Nasty said two brown people in Nebraska.
But for now, I'm going to wait because I want to make
Yes, yes,
sure.
yes,
Actually, hold on.
yes,
Okay, let me click on this.
yes.
That will open up a different link.
So yeah, I was excited tonight because
There we go.
we are a community here on
And then when it's
Twitch
time for me to
who
join in,
loves to
then I'll join in
learn
and just let her
about
know that hey,
different
we're giving her our
lifestyles.
support.
Um,
Okay, how does this format
we
look
just love
versus? Oh,
learning.
okay, you guys
Period.
won't be able to
About
see me, so hold on.
different people from different aspects, walks of life, and so you know, it's a pleasure to have you on tonight, Miss Polly. In two ways more than one, because she's from Nebraska. Did I say that? Okay, yeah, I said
Hey, salute to Wally.
that.
Yo,
Grenada
Wally, if you
said,
wish to
okay,
come
Very
up,
important
if you're
part of
free,
their
feel
day.
free to come up. I
yeah.
will definitely
And
send the link.
just to let you
We
know,
are
Miss
having a
Polly, in
watch party
here,
for Miss
it's
Nebraska.
a
So, matter of
judge-free
fact,
zone,
I'm gonna send a
so
link right now. I want you to
you
come up,
won't
bro.
find people judging you in the
If
chat
let me
or
see, join the
having
stream. Let me see, let me type
side
it in.
remarks, slick remarks. Like this is a really dope community.
If you could come up, please feel free
You're
to come up.
actually the first
So that way we could
poly
kind of
female that
chat,
I've had on my
and
podcast
have our
so
fun
far. So big
reaction.
up to you.
Anybody else like who wants to come
Last
up,
year
feel
I
free
had
to
a
come up.
gentleman
Yeah.
who was a polygamist, so it's good to have a female, to represent that side as well, so we can get your point of view also. So what I normally do is I
Yes.
normally start off with icebreakers to get the juices flowing and to get you all warmed up. And the icebreakers questions are just they're random questions, nothing too deep or whatever. But you have to promise to be
Okay.
honest, to give honest answers. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So the first question: what's one of your weirdest obsessions?
This is a good question. Okay. Okay. I don't know if it's weird. I don't know if it's
Ooh,
weird,
I'm
but
about
I
to
will
hear.
say
Okay.
two things. I'm really obsessed with Asian culture. So like to the point where like
Okay.
I've named all of my children actually Japanese names. Their names are actually Japanese.
Really?
Maybe that's straight. So like my youngest yeah, and like I used to be nervous, but the last one I had, I was so ready. Name is Yuri. So it's Yuri Toshiro. That's his name.
Wow.
That's his
Okay.
name. So I was asking a nurse, and she happened to be Japanese in the hospital. She's like, just go for it, just do it. I was like, you're right. I should just do it. So he has
Yo,
his law
salutes to like
name, but
APTV,
I like
Absalon.
him.
Like, what's up, bro? What it do?
And
Thank
then
you for
I
tuning
gave him
in
a
to
free
like
laptop
the
card.
watch
His name
parties
is
to
Yuri
support
Toshiro
Miss Nebraska.
Carl.
Yo, if you want to come up, feel free
But
to
it's
come
his
through.
own. But
Wow.
I feel good about it. Yeah, I didn't
Definitely,
name him.
definitely.
They have their first and middle name is maybe that is a little. I will say a
Yeah,
lot. But
anyone's
I
more
really
welcome to
enjoy.
like come through, man.
I enjoy the language and
We're just
cultures
having like a chill
enough
night. We're just having a
to
watch party for
feel
the
like
first
I
time.
feel like I connected with it.
Representing like our friend Miss Nebraska.
I
She's
wouldn't
on
call
Twitch.
that a weird obsession.
And
I
if
would
no
say
one has
that's
a
pretty
Twitch account, I
cool
recommend for you
obsession.
to create
You know.
one. You know what I mean? Twitch is a whole different
But thank
I
you
don't.
for sharing
I've
that.
different
been watching
field
horror
compared to
films,
YouTube.
which I don't know if that's
But
weird.
it's another platform I feel
No,
like
that's not
anybody
weird at
should
all.
definitely try to get
That's
into.
not weird at all. So let's go with
Okay,
the
Oh, wait a
second.
minute. Who's
I'm
this?
regular, I guess.
What are
Man,
those
and it's
things
not
that
even
you're
raining yet.
old to do,
Gosh,
but you
but when the
still
raindrops
enjoy?
fall from the sky, it must be falling somewhere in like Alaska or North
Oh man,
Carolina. Definitely not in California, but hey,
dude, he said this was
salutes
good because I'm like,
to,
what am I
Canada's greatest.
I still do
Miss
stuff. I
She
feel like I'm too
Stole
old to
My
do, but I just
Thunder.
do things
So
that
thank you for tuning in. She
I
stole my
probably
thunder.
should not be doing. Uh,
And she says,
I know
just
I was
watching
going
in
about
the background.
because of
Yes,
children, so I
yes.
can
Hey,
lie.
that's what we're doing right
I
now.
can
We're
lie
just
You
to
said the
having
myself
bouncy
and
a
say it's
house?
for
watch
them,
party
even though
for
it's
Miss
really me.
Nebraska. If you guys
Yeah, those things are exciting.
don't have a Twitch
Okay.
account,
Okay,
please
that's a good
create a
one.
Twitch account. Okay?
Um,
If you guys do have
I mean,
Twitch, okay, please make sure you follow her on
I mean,
Twitch.
I need you to
I
one
do
because I feel
have the
like I'm
link
real
that is
boring.
pinned to the top. So that way you guys could click on it
no,
and
not
maybe it
at
would
all.
direct you to her
I
channel.
would say
But I
for
definitely will
me,
say recommend that you guys to please help
hold
support
on.
this live streamer. Right now, she's having an interview with exclusive interview with MzPoly,
Why
and
is
they're
the camera
both
running so
from the
slow?
corn, from Nebraska, Nebraskians. So everybody that's tuning in, thank you. And if you guys would
Okay,
like to
so
join
I would say
into
for
the Knowledge
me,
Relations panel, just so you can talk to me,
some things that I
okay,
still enjoy that
about
I think
this
I'm too
show,
old
please
for.
feel free to come up and we could converse
I would
together.
say like amusement parks. I'm a big kid, so like I'll still go to
Right.
Disney World,
Listen,
hang
I'm
with
gonna
the
be
rest
honest.
of them, the 4-year-olds, the
Kids can't
5-year-olds, and the
afford it anyway.
huh? What'd you say?
For this, I said the kids can't really afford it anyway. We're the ones really paying for the fun. Okay, there's alcohol beverages there.
Exactly.
I think the amusement parks are for the big people. They're for the big folks.
Do I still have you?
You know what? I'll give you this. This is okay. Well, going out really slowed down about 2 years ago. Going out to like dance when I was dancing or
Also,
something, and
guys,
then you like turn around or
since we reached
guys trying
over
to
like
talk
our
to you, and you
3K
guys like are
mark, and thank
really
you guys
extremely
so
young, and
much
it's like
for helping us to
unattractive.
get there.
I'm like, I don't
Definitely
that.
help us to get
That's when
to
I was like,
our
yeah,
next small
I don't
milestone,
belong in
which
here.
will be
Like 80% of
4,000
everybody's 30,
subscribers. So definitely, please
24
continue
and
to
under. Like that's when I was like, I'm
subscribe,
out.
continue to
And take
share the
my ass
videos, and also
to a
continue to like too.
lounge or something.
Anything helps.
Not a lounge.
That's
How's everyone doing tonight?
I was
Dream Diva says
need
she
to sit
loves
my
getting
ass
on the
down and
ride.
maybe bob my head. They
Hmm.
are fun. That's active lifestyle. If you're active, you
It
want to do
is.
that stuff. Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much like I get into
You know.
everything like archery, throwing axes, like anything
Mm.
weird and out of the norm. Like
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Most people don't do. So yeah,
Miss Nebraska, we live in Nebraska.
I
It's
know,
cool to kind
right?
of see, like, the Nebraska
And we
girls,
go
like,
out to, we go
stream
out to the
together. I like
farms
this.
and we're doing this stuff.
K Marion says,
We're
get the
like
likes
on
up
sleigh
for
rides,
Miss
we're picking
Nebraska and
pumpkins,
Twitch
Right.
gamers.
axes. We
Any
doing
anime
archery.
lovers in the
We do
building?
that normally, so that's not weird to us. We don't feel too,
Thank you, Mary.
I got you.
I agree. I agree. I agree. Okay, let's
It's
go with the
true.
next question. What is a product you could not live without?
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
That is a good question.
This the you're giving me like listen. If you get to know me a lot better, a lot of people know like I'll manage without anything. I'll figure it out. It is what it
Really?
is. So I'm trying to. I am. I at the end of the day, all this could die as long as I'm happy and I'm with people I care about. I'm like that extreme
Hmm.
Who knows?
where
Maybe
I'll
they
be like,
can't live
if
without
someone
makeup.
stopped making something, I might be irritated, but
Gabriel says,
I'll
"Yay,
move on
3K
and it didn't
subscribers,
bother me.
air
So
horn,
the only thing right
salute,
now I
yes,
think I
to our
would
viewers,
add to
chat
that
landers, and
if
Twitch
it was no more
gamers. Keep
candy,
sharing
I'd
us
probably
on
be.
all your social media platforms.
I have a
Okay,
candy
so
issue.
your
I need
product
to
would
Salute,
stop
salute.
be
making candy.
sugar.
And
Sugar. That would be your
Absalom,
product that you
if
could
you
Yeah,
not
wanna
live
tune
no
without.
in,
problem.
man, like I'll send you the
Okay.
link so then you can come
Yes,
up so then
I
You're
we can
addicted
kind
to
of
sometimes
chat it
sugar.
up.
something has to fix itself. Absolutely,
They're
I'll
gonna
be
get
very
turned down just a little bit.
honest with you. That's very true. I'll eat candy instead of food any day.
Really?
It's not good, but it's true. That is.
So what
I
what
don't
kind
want
of
chips.
candy are you
Don't eat bread.
what kind of candy are you addicted
Mike
to?
and Ike's. I'm a Mike and Ike's kind of lady.
Now,
Like Mike and Ike's
I
usually.
know YouTube is a stickler, right?
I'll have
Because
cycles,
they
gummies.
don't like for people to try to
What is that?
promote other people's channels, which it
What's the
was
sour
very
patches?
odd to me,
Sour
right?
patches.
Why,
I'll eat some gummies.
they'll say like
I'm not really into
you'll be
chocolate.
disqualified from the
It
YouTube
like literally has
program,
to be
but
like
look, you know,
there's
Miss
sugar
Nebraska's family,
sick.
okay, she
Shouldn't be
gave you
like
the
that.
Girl.
permission, and that's
I
what it is,
love me
YouTube.
some dark chocolate,
As a
girl.
matter of fact, let
Orange
me make sure,
slices.
right, just in case, right, not for her, but just for YouTube's
It's okay,
sakes,
but we're gonna be better
Okay.
than sugar.
all right.
We're gonna be better than
Just
sugar,
know that
okay?
in
We're gonna
copyright
chill out,
disclaimer under
not
Section
eat so much
107 of the
sugar. It's gonna
Copyright
be
Act
fun.
1976, allowance is
I would
made for
say
fair
for
use for
me,
purposes
a
such as
product that I
criticism,
cannot live
comment,
without.
news reporting, teaching, scholarship,
This
and
is
research.
hard
Fair use is a use
because
permitted
I
by
can't live without a
copyright
lot of products.
statute that might otherwise be
Um,
infringing.
I would
Nonprofit,
have to
educational, or personal
say
use tips the balance
my
in
rose
favor
water.
of fair
Like
use. So
I
let
can't
me
live
make sure
without
I
rose water.
read
Like
that
I
because
Nice.
need my rose water.
just in case of
So that would
they try
be
to
a
give me some
product that
BS.
I would like pretty
Like I
much
said,
like
anybody that
just
want to
scroll
come up,
over
feel
if
free
I
to
can.
come up. Otherwise, continue support
I'll
for
be
Miss
honest. Listen.
Nebraska's
So I didn't
live
like listen.
stream.
I'm so boyish. I didn't even get into like makeup and all that everyday stuff until way older, like in my like late 20s. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
new. Putting like, and I
Thank
only
you,
do it
Mary.
really when I go live and
Hmm.
a special occasion. I usually don't wear makeup and so or nothing. So for
That's
me,
good.
I think
You
keep a
don't really need no
regimen as I
makeup.
get older because I know my skin's starting to change. That's starting,
Hmm.
rose water is really good. Like Korean products, which are very nice, like things like that. See,
Hmm.
starting to open up my doors to some other stuff. So we'll see if I have that changes maybe in a year or two. Then I'll
Yeah,
need
the
something.
Koreans, they have some really good facial products. I noticed that.
Yes, I
We
just
got
found one. I'll
Star
send it to
in
you.
the
Let me tell you something. I
building.
use
What
this
up,
stuff
Star?
for months. Hey, Star, this product is supposed to be used to help with a little brighter, so the spot the dark spots. And it just was illuminated my skin, and there's a 3-part package. This thing's amazing. I just used one piece of it, like one of the parts, to see if I liked it, and it was like $20. I'm gonna repurchase it and then get some of the other stuff to it. It's worth it. I'll tell you about it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy good. And it's on
Oh yeah,
Amazon, so you don't have to wait, 55 weeks to get your.
I love Amazon.
You can get
I
it.
love Amazon.
You're right. And
Star says she has a great
that's the only way
she
to
has
do
a
stuff.
great skincare if you're interested.
Yes,
Yeah,
please. I
let us
really
know,
want
Star.
to work on my skincare and Yeah, I want to be great too. I want to be great
Yeah, I don't wear
too.
makeup either. I don't wear makeup. The most makeup
What's
that
up,
I do
everyone?
wear is
For
lipstick
all the new
and lip
folks that's
gloss.
tuning in, thank you for tuning in to
Um,
Knowledge Relationships.
I
Please
got lip
get the
a
likes
lipstick
up,
right
okay?
on right now.
But
But
more so,
the reason
help
why I
support
don't wear
Miss
makeup is
Nebraska's live
because a lot of
stream.
the makeup
It is pinned to
has
the
a lot of
top.
chemicals and
So
stuff
this
in it.
link, it will take you to Twitch. She is a
And I
Twitch
have really
streamer.
sensitive
If you
skin,
don't have Twitch, I
and
advise you to please create a Twitch
it
account
doesn't mesh
and
well with
follow
my
this lady
skin. So
because I'm telling you, her streams is
you know,
phenomenal. Okay,
but yeah.
and she's
No way.
featured
Yeah, I
in
you're on a bare bare
our
minerals.
one
I've been
of our
yeah,
like
I
I've been
wear bare
diving in, but I
co-hosts, our
didn't
minerals.
know
members of our
this.
team,
Yeah,
Miss Polly as well. So
Yeah, I
definitely like
heard
check
bare
these
for
ladies
minerals.
dark
out. They're
minerals though,
both
they doesn't
from
seem to have a lot
the
of variety in
corns,
color.
okay, the
Even though it's natural.
cornfields, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
So please,
We got
represent
tall
them
pumps
by
in
clicking
the
the link
building. Happy New
and
Year to you,
tuning
tall
in
pump. So
into
good to
like their
see
live
you.
streams.
Um,
And let me
Star
go ahead and make a
said
comment. Let's see.
it's
It's nice
called
to meet
Mo
everyone
Not
that's new to me.
and it's vegan. We have wellness
Okay.
here.
I'm gonna come back
Oh,
to this live. Look it up. Well, not.
yeah, that sounds interesting. So, if you're just coming in, you guys, welcome on in. Tonight it was a late start. If you were here earlier, if you weren't here earlier, I was out of power since like 4 o'clock this afternoon. So my power just came back on at 8:30. I had to rush and try to get something to eat because I was starving. um, so we're here now
And
and
then I
we're
ate
live and
before going
direct.
live.
We have the beautiful Miss Polly here tonight with us. And yes, she is also from Nebraska. Um, and we also have the Knowledge and Relationship family on YouTube who is throwing a watch party right now on YouTube. So thank you for all on YouTube who are tuning in as well. And we got Star in the building, Dream Diva, Mr. Best, Knowledge and Relationships. We got Tall Pumps in the building, Yella. So make sure you guys follow each other in the chat. But please be sure to follow Miss Polly. She has a YouTube channel. And can you let them know your YouTube channel?
Yes, so it's MzPoly, just like above the MzPoly, up and then base, and it's Poly right, POLYGHT. So it's kind of saying like Poly the right way. So that's my YouTube channel. If you guys want to look it up, and then Instagram, I'm Miss Poly right on all platforms, even Facebook. So you can find me. Oh, it's a watch party. She's saying that they can see. They're just kind of like looking at us through their own YouTube channel, so they can see us too. So we're being played in two places.
Yeah,
Then they
that's
can
right.
comment. Yeah.
That's right, Miss Polly.
So yeah, it's if you guys, I'm trying to bring my subscribers up. I'm real excited about my YouTube channel because I tend to be on everyone else's podcast and not my own. So I'm trying to change that. And then I also am trying to work on possibly open up a Twitch because I do like to game and cosplay. So I've been trying to figure out, how we're gonna mix it together. So hopefully something gives. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, good luck with that. And if you have any questions, let me know in the future. And if you need me to ever come on your podcast on YouTube, I will be more than welcome to do that. More than happy to do that. But once again, you guys,
it's gonna be lit.
Okay, we down for lit, girl. We down for lit. So once again, you guys, be sure to give Miss Polly a follow on her YouTube channel. She's trying to get her subscriptions up. YouTube is different from Twitch as far as subscriptions. So their subscriptions actually means a follow. Our subscriptions actually means subscribing to the channel, and you get the streamers personalized emotes. So, YouTube and Twitch have a bit of a difference, but pretty much the same. Um, Star said, "How can she find you? Can you tell them your YouTube channel one more time, Miss Polly, please?"
Yes, it's Miss Polly, MzPoly, and then Polly Wright, PolyRight. So like separate. So Miss Polly Wright, and you can find me on YouTube. And it usually pops up fairly quickly. I even try to investigate by going to someone else's house and who hadn't, done it just to see if it'll come up. You definitely have to put the whole thing in, obviously. And then also you guys can, I believe, if you just look at me up on Instagram or anything like same thing, I have a link that you can go to, is like a link or something like that, or and it has
Mm-hmm.
all the information on there too. Oh yeah.
Miss Polly, I don't have you still open on Instagram, do I?
Oh Lord.
Do I? I don't think so. I just looked. Hold
I
on.
got like this. Let me make sure. Did you hear echo?
No, I just have this icon on my phone.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but okay, we can move on. So you guys, if you don't know, if you have not read her flyer, if you have not read the little pink moving thing down there, um, we have Miss Polly on tonight because she's gonna share with us her. Thank you so much, knowledge and relationships, for putting Miss Polly information in the chat for us, so Star can give her a follow. Appreciate that.
Amazing. Good stuff.
Love the family. Um, so
Yes.
Miss
Need
Polly,
help
you
sometimes.
are
Thank you.
into you are in the
Yep, I got you. I
polyandry,
got you.
polyamorous
So,
lifestyle, right?
and if you want to subscribe
Yes.
to Miss
Very
Polly,
true. Yes.
okay?
Okay.
And so what we were going to talk about is Nebraska is because we want to be clear and we want to make sure we don't get anything stuck because I was even checked by some poly folks, asked
Oh,
me, and I agree with them to some degree. I was, and it does happen, and I'm glad they do it. But I had a
so what
different
did you
opinion
get
on it.
checked
But
on?
just so I usually when I started my platform, I said it was polyandry, and which would be true because I date males, and that's what I date. So that would be polyandry. Well, in the world though, your male partners are not supposed to have any other partners, any other female partners, from what I understand. So that is
Okay.
the issue: is that I am very okay with my partners having other partners, even though my partners choose
Mm,
not to. And
Okay.
one of them is kind of like, he's like, they're able to choose. As you know, as a conversation. But since I say I'm okay with it, then that puts me in a polyamorous place. So
oh, you know what?
if
Hold
you
on
guys
for a
didn't
second.
see, TLC had come up with a new show,
Oh, you
which
know
was
what?
made me kind of
I
sad
didn't
because
even
I
realize that
2 years
was
ago actually
Jeezy
wrote a
on
whole
there.
email to
My
TLC
bad. From
about
early.
having a
Okay.
polyandry
Well,
TV show,
solicit
and
to you
then
again, G's.
then I
So,
see then I see the flyer.
Big Mama G's.
Uh,
Okay, I see it.
but
Mm.
it's fine.
Wow.
It probably wasn't just me, and I
All
want to
right.
take credit
So,
for
let's
people.
see.
But I did see the Sister Wives used to watch that show, and Finding a Sister Wife, and now they have that new show, and it's they say when they
Okay. Let
specifically
me,
said that a woman with multiple
oh,
male
there's one thing
partners or
I
husbands
forgot to do. Let me do this real quick.
who does not want her partners to have
Because I
other,
did this so
and then
quickly.
people
Open up a new tab.
Mm-hmm.
check me because change.
What the hell?
Um,
I said open.
I'm not really considered polyandry.
Okay. So
Oh, gotta go to
is
YouTube Studio real
polyamorous and
quick.
polyandry
I'm
the
still
same thing or no?
Well, actually, you know what? I was gonna
I
keep
still
on
say I'm
subscribers
polyandry
mode
because my
only,
partners
but
really don't seek anyone else. So
nah,
any fitness,
anybody could
fashion,
comment at this
or
point.
I mean, so I have that's how I
At
feel.
this point, all I ask is for you
And it's
guys
the
to
best way to
subscribe
describe
if
it.
you're new.
But when it's technical speaking, I am
Okay.
polyamorous.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of technical. That's why I said the polyandry community has mentioned to me that no, you're polyamorous. Don't say you're polyandry because your males partners are able to have other partners. And I said, oh,
Okay.
even though I don't
So
agree all the time, but it's fine. I'm still going to use it sometimes, but
Mm.
okay. Sir, we got Sir in the building. What up, Sir? Good to see you. Okay, so for those who are tuning in and they're like confused right now, like, okay, so what is the difference between polyamorous and polygamous, right? So polyamory is basically you having multiple relationships
Mm.
at the same time, and polygamy is when you're married to multiple partners at the same time. So are you married to any of your
So,
spouses?
so if Miss Polly were to like marry any of her partners or all of them, then she won't be called Miss Polly anymore. She'll be called like Miss Polygamy.
Uh-oh.
I am not.
I think you're going in and out, Miss Polly.
Oh, did it mess up? Can you still hear me? So
Yes.
I apologize for that. Some
No,
people,
Gotta,
you're
gotta,
fine.
gotta get that Wi-Fi fix. And then also shout outs to Ruthless Media.
and I'll slow down sometimes. That it helps me. I don't know why.
Oh, let me do it one more
So
time.
I choose.
I don't like the
I
delay,
am
but go
not
ahead.
married
Ooh,
to any of
Ruthless
my
Media, if you want
partners.
to come
Some
up
people choose to do that.
right now, we're
Usually
just
it's
having like a
because of
watch
the
party
marriage.
for Miss
Because obviously it's illegal
Miss
to be married to
Nebraska's like Twitch stream. So if you have a Twitch account, which I'm for
more
sure
than
you
one
probably
person.
do,
The one that
go ahead and give like
possibly
Miss
will give you the
Polly like a
benefit that you need.
follow.
And what I mean by that
Okay.
is usually for insurance
And if you want to just come up like to a live stream and just kick with me one
purposes.
time, feel free to
Some
come up.
people need help.
The
Say you get a
StreamYard link
partner and
has
you're
just now been posted.
Mm-hmm.
um what they'll do is they'll marry her and then add her to the credit.
All right, so I gotta keep in mind polyamorous relationships, known as poly relationships, are
So
people who are dating multiple
don't know, marriage
partners.
is a contract,
But
and
once you're
in that
into like the marriage type of
contract you get
field,
benefits
then
to person
you're
legally,
what's it called?
and some of those
So
benefits
you're
can be very
polygamous. Okay,
positive.
you're in a polygamous relationship.
So that's what they'll do. But a lot of times they don't marry the other partner because there's no need.
So guys, like tell me what you think, right?
They'll just
What do you think about a woman having multiple
partners' names
partners,
and things like
multiple
that.
dudes?
A lot
I
of
mean, they're all
people
in a committed
since
relationship, but
when
for most men,
gay
like
marriage was added,
we
they'll say that you
normalize
want to add a
or we
life
hope
partner.
to
You still can't add more
have
than
like
one.
like
So it's just little different things you
polyamorous
do
or
to get
polygamous type of
benefits, maybe health
relationships
benefit from a
where
job,
like the man is
one of your
having
partners, and
multiple
then
women,
one of those
to be
situations.
his girlfriend.
But yeah,
And usually
I'm not
that
married
does
to anyone
require a high substantial amount of
legally.
status, to have like
Okay.
multiple wives and multiple
But
girlfriends all at once in agreement.
weddings I do
Agreement.
intend to do,
But for
God and
but
friends
for a
and
woman,
show them that
especially
we're
for average women as
committed
well too,
to each other.
like they could actually get
We
in
just can't do
those
it legally.
polyamorous type of relationships because I
Okay.
mean, men will just do whatever they can, So, what do you think about that, though, everybody? Let me know in the comments,
Okay.
or come
So
up in the panel
do
and let me know
you
your thoughts.
believe in like
How do
the
you feel
spiritual
about
marriages?
women who get multiple
Um,
partners?
because
Share me your
that's what
thoughts.
some of the couples were doing on Sister Wives, and the gentleman that I had on last year, they might legally marry the first wife, and then the rest of the wives are spiritual marriages. So, would you be interested in doing that if that was something down the road that they wanted or that you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I kind
definitely
of missed the
open
base part of the question.
to the commitment for a lifetime. Yeah, I'm open to that. It's never, that's never like a no go for me. It's just that, like
Okay.
I said, most of the time,
Hmm.
um, people do it for benefits. But yeah, I'm open to it, so I'm not against it altogether. But for me, the only purpose in legal marriage through documentation for me is that I think it's just a contract that if you break up with me, there are consequences, and so that people will double think about. Even I know people say you put your happiness first, but I mean, who wants to go around looking like Bad Bunny for 50 years, or wanting to just be away from someone or not be part of something any longer? Not just because they just don't want to work on it. It's just because maybe that person is tearing them down. I don't know anything. Not who they thought they were.
Hmm.
And if you're going to do that process,
Oh man, her
um,
connection is breaking up.
this
Your video is going out again.
you still hear me?
Say something again.
Okay. So I said a son.
Oh yeah, you're still
Okay,
going.
I know it's breaking up, but I said some men won't leave their wives. I'm still going out. Still same.
Okay, now it seems to be better a little bit.
Okay. No, I said some men won't leave their wives because they feel like, okay, well, is it going to benefit me to leave her? Like, what's the loss in this? And you have to think about what makes you happy in a day to day by saying, okay, am I going to be screwed in child support for, I don't know, 10, 18 years, like to the point where I can't live day to day? Is she going to take me for alimony? A lot of these concerns people have in the red pill area, but these are concerns because even for the woman, if I leave my husband, am I going to be able to provide my kids the life that they were having before? Am I going to provide myself with that? Some people haven't been working that long because they got married young. There's all these things you have to think about before you put your happiness first. It's like a business. And so it's like, am I going to break this business contract? And that's what I really have against the document itself. Later, it's a whole other discussion. But I'm open to, the ceremony and the spiritual bond. Absolutely.
Okay, okay. Tall Pump says so basically you have an open relationship where you're free to embrace other partners if you want, and that's understood.
So, not open. So, open relationship uh, is more of a relationship where, let's say, me and my partner, we decide let's end our relationship, or I can go mess around people and they can mess around people too, right? It's usually a sexual relationship. It is not a mental relationship. That person is not supposed to be bonding with me, like making plans with me. They won't have a say in if I move or leave. I'm not going to ask them to, go on family trips. Usually, it's more of a sexual relationship, and it's for you to come and go. So
Hmm.
there's no real bond there at all. It's most you're gonna go hang out with them on Friday. You go out to dinner, you have sex with them, and then you send them on their way. There's no other part, and you only really reach out to them when you want to be sexual. That's usually what an open relationship is, and no one will ever be above your partner. That's what open relationship is. So yeah, you can mess around with my man, but you cannot have stress. He should not be giving his mental to
Mm,
you, he's not supposed to be giving you D. That's usually what open relationship is. And so that's where we differ.
Okay.
So Polly's more of I want the full package.
um,
I want you mentally. I want you as a whole boyfriend.
she might have
And
a
then I might
point
want a
about that.
whole nother partner. So that full, I think that's what people when
See,
they
the thing is,
try to talk to me,
women
they get confused. They try to
desire
give me piece of
commitment,
a relationship, and I tell them,
and men just
I'm not
desires
asking for a
to pretty
piece.
much have sex with the
I'm
most
not saying
beautiful
I'm
women as
missing
much as they
anything.
can.
I'm not saying I'm not getting something for
So
my partner.
it pretty much in this case is
I'm not
like
saying I want to spice it up.
I understand where she's
I want
coming
you and
from.
me having an
The
individual
open
relationship
relationship
that
aspect
we have to build
will
on,
definitely
just as
not
if, and
fit in
that's
her
what throws them
caliber
off.
because she's looking
They
for
think
long
do what I
term
gotta do and move
commitments,
on. And I'm like,
just like any
no,
other woman would. You know,
no,
they look for marriage, they
I
look
don't want that
for
kind of relationship.
long term
So yeah, that's
boyfriends,
the kind of the difference.
situationships, whatever the case is. The only
So
thing that they
Stir
look
said
for basically is a
hopping
commitment.
relationship as opposed to an open relationship. Dream Diva said, "How many partners do you
And the
have?"
reason why I didn't join in their live stream earlier,
I
um,
have
or
currently
right
two
now, is
partners,
because I want to make sure that I give them their
male
chance,
partners,
the time,
and
to
I don't know
really,
what the hopping. I
um,
never heard of a hopping relationship.
bond and
So
focus on
I don't.
what the initial live stream is about. So
Yeah, and
I
then
I
a lot
probably
of
will come
times your
in later,
partners,
like
depending on what kind of poly you are,
maybe in 20 minutes or so,
your partners might
and then just
hang
give my
out
little
together,
shout
may
out and
not.
then just dip.
So there's different kind of where you have the division of poly. When you get deeper into poly, they have kind of different kinds. Some people don't want their partners to meet. Some
Mm-hmm.
people like their partners all to hang out together. Some
Hmm.
don't. These are different. There's different names for them. Word soup gets real. So you guys want depth? I do it. Like I said, I have my YouTube channel. I do give some more details on the
She
language.
really
These
does
I
too,
really talk very
and
just
it's a good
open,
channel to tune
not so
into because,
like
like I
schoolish. It
said,
gets all people
what
get
other
stressed out.
women
I don't want that
have?
to
Well,
happen.
what other women besides Miss Polly that you see?
Okay,
Okay, locally
I'm sorry.
I
that
don't
Stir
talks
said
about
know.
open,
hoping,
well, not open,
hoping
but poly
relationships.
relationships.
Hoping. So what are we hoping for?
How many partners do you have? Good question. For those who don't know her,
What are we
Sir, you
hoping?
want to expound
Oh,
in the
I
chat?
think okay. So yeah, and
don't
I
count
think
to
what
it.
he's trying to say, which I may be wrong because I haven't asked this before, is that like you're hoping it's going to be a relationship, and that's that I guess was that I don't know, sneak a leak or whatever the hell it's called. I don't even know what that is. But
Sneaky
like,
link.
no, I'm not
Sneaky
trying to.
links is what she's talking about.
Right. Sneak a leak, is that what it is? Like, no. Or like
We
somebody
got
just trying to hang out with me.
we got Crazy
Yeah,
Berry
I have
Town in the
seen
building
that.
with the money.
Oh, they're hoping. No, you're in a relationship with me, or there is none. And that's what I'm very, very clear about it. So yeah, people who just think, oh, let's hang out and stuff. And I'll just start like I get real like, and on top of that, you can tell I did have to do this after a while, but I don't give the same energy I give to my main partners to people who are not with me. You're not committed to me. So there's no commitment to you. And on top of that, depending on how it goes, like, so if you call me, I may or may not answer. I may not want to go out with you. And I will put my partners before you, absolutely, because you're not considered someone in a relationship with me. You're just trying to talk to me. If you're just trying to date me, you want to hang out with me. If I have time and if I want to, I'll hang out with you. But we're not together. That means none of that laying up, kissing, trying to Netflix and chill. No, I'm good. But I mean, if you want to hang out and we like play games or something, I mean, but are we going somewhere with this? There's usually a destination that I've had in my mind and that I communicate with those people. If they want something different, then I'll just tell them, hey, that's not for me.
Um, so
um,
basically,
yeah.
Stir, I think what she's saying is her relationships with her two partners are real. They're real relationships. Um, just like a regular relationship. They're total 100% real. Um, so they're not hoping, they're not playing around. They're all on the same page, and they know each other's positions, right, Miss Polly?
Yeah. So yeah, I know what he's saying. He's like, well, how can that be, right? That's the real question. Like, how can that be? That's what most people say.
Well,
Like,
welcome
how are
on
you
in,
doing that?
Crazy Town. Crazy Berry Town is in the building. So we have the
All right,
beautiful Miss
salutes to you,
Polly
Wealth Talk
on
Productions.
tonight,
Oh yeah, I already
and
know you're a man
she
of your word,
is
so
sharing with us
yeah, let me know
her
if you need me to send you the link
her
again.
lifestyle.
Matter of
She
fact, I'll do
is
it one more
and
time.
she has a polyamorous lifestyle, and she has two partners. Um, so how did you? I know you probably answered this question like 1,000, a million, one times because I know everybody on YouTube are like so intrigued by your lifestyle. But how did you become? How did you get into this lifestyle? Like, what made you say, "Okay, I'm gonna go against the the grain, and I'm gonna jump into this lifestyle"? And were you afraid of the judgment and the pushback that you would get from other men and women?
Yeah, I will say I always had what I call is like a poly mind. The idea that I could love more than one person, that's always been there. I've had younger incidents when I was younger where I'm like, what's wrong with this? And I've even asked someone I was dating, I said, hey, I really like this other person and I'd like to talk to them, but I don't want to break it with you. And I asked them that and they were like, well, you just can't do that. And I was like, but why? And no one can ever answer that. Please answer the question. If the answer is just not you can't, then that doesn't make sense. You have to give me more than that. So I never understood it. But when I got older, I started kind of seeing some things about other people kind of doing it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I wonder what if it looked like. I never thought I was gonna be more like a polyandry person, but I knew people had relationships more than one person. Then did a lot of research really. So I probably like I've been a while now, like 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I started kind of
Mm-hmm.
being like, well, let me get some research. And I was with someone and I asked them about it. And I asked an ex boyfriend to try to do it. I sent them a video of what it looked like to date two men,
Mm-hmm.
and they just said yes. They just said yes.
Really?
They just said yes. That was just it. I sent them a video and I said, I want to do this with you guys. And they were like, yes. I've been told it was just because it's you. And I said, okay. I took it. I didn't really care. And so it was interesting. I just started dating both of them. Um I don't know, it was nice. I always kind of, like I said, been doing kind of weird things where I have interactions with more than one person. I don't mean sexual. I just mean just having relationships with other people at the same time, even if they're non-sexual. So I don't think that's a weird thing. No, but no one can ever tell me why it's wrong. So maybe someone here will give me an
So
good. I don't know.
so do you receive more judgment and pushback from men or women, or is it equal?
Women,
That's a good
Really?
question.
women definitely.
Well, remember,
Yeah,
women don't like each other
That's
anyway, though.
absolutely.
interesting.
So,
And the only
Men
reason
will
why I
try to
said
correct.
and especially if there's like one
the
woman that's
only
taking
reason
on
why I
multiple
said that's
men, and
interesting
there's more
because
than one, there's
as I've been,
more women
I'll
than
pull
men.
up whenever
Yeah,
you're
they're not
on
gonna
different
like that.
people's platforms talking about your lifestyle.
Men, we don't
I'll
really
pull
come
up
off
and
as
support. And it
judgmental as
seems
you think that we
to
do.
me, just by observing
The
the
only
few
thing we come
interviews
as
that you've done
judgmental
so
is
far, that
because
the
like body
men
count
are
does
more
matter
judgmental
to a
of
certain
your
degree.
lifestyle and give you more
Um,
pushback
it
than the
helps us to
women. That's what
understand
I've
like
seen in
whether
your
we should take
chat
you guys seriously or not.
um,
But
on some of the
some
interviews
women
that
could
you
also
do.
Yes,
lie about their body count
the
as well
men.
too. They can say they
Right.
had
So
like only
let's break that down. Let me tell you what
six
that is.
compared
First
to
off,
the
the men
Okay.
actual
are
6,000 men
protecting
that
the
they
other men.
that they slept
Blah, blah,
with.
blah. The men are protecting the women from hearing what I'm saying. A lot of men don't want to let women hear what I'm
But if
saying
you guys are
because they want
watching
their
this,
men
it
know.
is a
Those
watch
same
party
men
for
will
Miss
be in my
Nebraska.
inbox and saying yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
The
So
link is
it's
pinned
not
to the
to
top.
be mean.
If you wish to
I'm
follow her on
saying is
Twitch.
that it it's
Ooh,
more of
excuse
a
me.
I don't think that I would like to see
Oh,
that
she got
out
13
every
people watching.
day,
That's good.
which is
Uh-huh.
understandable for some man to be in crisis. But
Also, if you
you're
wish to come
saying
up
stop is
to the panel,
a
okay, and
more
if you want to,
larger issue.
participate
Think
in the
about just what I'm
reaction,
saying. If you
okay,
meet
the live
someone
reaction,
and you enjoy them as a person,
then feel
you
free
want to be
to
with
come on
them
up.
in a friendly manner, and they
Okay.
give you all the things you need,
Mm.
and then you
Okay.
find someone else, and they have someone else, and they're still giving you everything you need, and they say, "Well, I can be with you, and it's not an issue." What's really the problem? They're giving you everything you need. You get all your needs met, and there's someone else. Other than the fact there was someone else, what's the real issue?
Okay.
There is none. That's that,
Right.
and I'm not being that. So you're saying, "Oh, well, I feel some kind of way because I don't know what he's doing." But if you stay in your lane, and that's just not being the ass, why are we concerned about what someone else is doing for me? If you were not doing what I needed you to do for me, mentally or physically, I wouldn't be talking to you in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So you've already established your place with me by me just saying I want to be with you. So you don't have to keep challenging anyone else because you're here.
That makes sense.
I mean,
Sir
saying.
has a question. He said,
But
"Do
it
you
still
ever
does feel
feel
like a
like you strike a
competition
perfect
because
balance
here's
between
the
your two
thing: if you
partners,
are a man and
or is there a
you
one
are in
A
a
and a
monogamous
one B
relationship,
emotionally?"
you will be less likely to
I don't think so.
feel
For me,
like you're in competition. I mean,
like
who are you
everyone has
competing
their
in the
own special
household?
towns,
But if
and
you
they have
are a
their own
man
special
and
things
you
they give you.
participate
And
in a
so
poly relationship
when you come to
where
me, I'm
is
not
the
expecting you to
woman
do what the other
is
person does.
is
So my
benefiting having
expectations
multiple
aren't like,
partners,
"Oh, you have to do exactly what he's
and
doing.
you're
You're
monogamous
not
with
doing what he's doing,"
her,
because that's
you're
not.
always,
I'm
as a
not
man,
dating you
gonna
to
feel
compete with
some
someone else
kind
or
of
fill someone
way.
else's shoes.
You're gonna ask yourself,
So
well,
if
am I
there
really
is no one A
measuring
and B,
up
it's
to
just okay.
her?
That's you,
Where it be
and
resources,
I enjoy you.
where
It's
it be
really
the
like that
intellect and
separate. I know
conversation,
that sounds really weird.
or it
It
could
really is that
be
separate.
within the
They
bedroom.
yes, do they do different things for me?
How
Absolutely.
hard
The way
are
I love
you?
them are different.
When it
Yes,
comes like to your
but I
work
feel
ethic,
like it's
do you
different,
grind a lot?
but it's
Okay,
not
and when
like
you do
less
grind,
or
do
more.
you have a high success rate as
It's
opposed to a
different because they're
turnover
different
rate?
people. Everyone
So
needs
these are things
different
that actually
attention,
comes
different love,
into.
different needs met. We all don't need the same thing. So if I was doing
Sorry
that for
about
all of them,
I
then I
think I
would feel
swallowed
like it
hair.
was
Hold
fake.
on.
Okay.
Because then I'm actually saying there is a map of how one should be loved, and everyone can receive love the same way and give love the same way. And I just don't think that's realistic when no one's the same. So no.
Okay.
And that's what I feel like. And I know someone asked another question up above, wasn't it? They asked if they knew about each other. Yes, they know about each other.
Overall, you're in competition
about
mode.
each other.
So you're always going to feel like you're walking on eggshells.
They met each other a little bit later.
If you were to
they
ever get
integrated.
to
I used to
argument,
date them
probably
separately.
like the first thing that's going to probably come to your mind is
there
like,
was another person. They never knew who it
you
looked
know,
like.
the first or the last.
And then later
like,
on,
dang,
after time passed,
now she might go to her next partner's house
and I started
and get pleasure from
having
him.
conversations in the car while the other one could hear.
Like I said, these things, as far as like the top tier performances,
and then they kind of start talking to each other a little bit,
you didn't think these type of ways.
Over time, it built a friendship. So that took time. That wasn't immediate, of course. So that was interesting. Yes. With these two, because I've dated other people.
So when the guys had to when it took time for them to get used to the second guy or the first guy or what have you, did you experience some pushback here and there because humans, we all have that underlying jealousy or so did you experience that while they were adjusting to this new lifestyle?
Yes, because they're monogamous, dating someone's poly. So they did transition into it, and
Mm.
so absolutely. I mean, they're my scene makers. That's what I call them. They're scene makers. And I mean, it started off at the beginning like that, and then it got less and less. But of course, the first reaction sometimes to certain things, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, and I think you'll think, oh, it's so big, that's so bad. But it's just like I think it's normal for someone who's been monogamous their whole life to feel of some sort of jealousy and competition with other people. Who your partner
And
may be
that's what I was talking
interacting
about
with.
earlier.
Because even if your girlfriend went to work and some guy was trying to talk to her, you would be like, "Who are you?" Blah blah blah. Right? It just that would just be it. Um, I did have to handle it different. When I first started, I did have an incident where I was live and I had a new partner, and I told him, "Oh, we go live," but he never knew who my other partner was. And he came into my live and was talking to me, and they got into a whole argument. They were like, "Well, who is he?" And I was like, "I'm gonna need to turn this off. I need y'all to call me because y'all arguing and you don't know who the other person is." And I didn't want to do that on live, so I did. I had to turn it
All
off.
right.
I had to turn it off, and they
Wally, is that you, brother?
were fine.
What's going on, M3?
No,
Nothing
no,
much, Wally.
not some
What's
random
going on with
guy
you?
talking crazy. That
Not much, man. Just starting now, some stuff.
oh,
All right, that's what's
that
up,
was the
man.
best. But
Wally, quick
it's
question.
it's part of managing
Is the music a
situations.
little
I'm the
bit? Well,
person
not the
who
music, but
basically
I just want to make sure
lets them
that you're able
interact
to
if
hear
they
me as much as you're
but
able to hear now.
on that
Yeah.
note,
Okay.
you do
And then
not
we'll
have to
start.
have
All
your
right, cool,
partners
cool.
interact.
But
So when
other than
I
that, man,
started,
like
I was okay with my
how
partners
was like
not
your
having
evening?
know anything about each other. They
Man,
just know
my day
there's
is
someone
cool.
else.
I'm
And
making a video
I tell them, I'm like,
amongst the
you
network,
know I had a
so
partner unless
just
I
getting
told
that
the only
together,
reason you know is
getting
because I
that finished.
told you.
But other than
Okay.
that,
That's
everything's
just real
chicken.
honesty. And I've told them
Yeah.
like you
Okay,
can't
okay, that's what's up.
and I've asked them, they're like, can you tell?
Me,
No, but you know,
sorry to update
right?
some things.
Great.
Right.
If I didn't
Okay.
tell you, you wouldn't know. If you don't want to
Yeah,
know, I
man.
won't tell you.
Like I
But if you
said,
want
thanks
to
for
know, I
tuning
will
in
tell you.
to the watch party. We're just here
Yeah.
to
So
pretty much
that's
Have
like
about
fun.
it.
support like
And then
these lovely
yeah.
ladies. We'll turn this
Yeah,
down
no
just a
problem.
little bit.
If you didn't, I mean, I'll be honest. I think certain
Oh,
things you don't
actually, hold
have to
on,
tell
Wally.
them. And
I hear
I'm
like
not
a
trying
lot
to
of
give y'all
noise
beef
in the
or nothing.
background from your end.
That's not what this is. It's just that some
You
partners
probably heard the
who are
fan, huh?
transitioning,
Okay.
this can be a lot for them. So making it seem as if they're the only one at first is calming, and then gradually adding layers to it is easier. Some people don't do well when they're transitioning from monogamy to this, so you have to go slower with them. So okay, there's someone there, so I'll say something like, hey, I'm going to go out with him tonight, and I'll see you later at 9. So I'm doing something prior to, so you know not to jump up. Or I'll tell the partner I'm already with, hey, this is a new guy I'm meeting, I'm going on a date. When I'm out, because he's new, can you not call me between this time? But you can if you like to. If I don't reply right away, it might be because he may feel uncomfortable. It's just real
Okay.
conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like, how did you feel when I went? And I think that's how I built it. So it's like we're making sure everyone feels a particular way when they first start talking to me, because it is kind of stressful,
Okay.
walking into this not knowing what to expect.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Okay. Star mentioned earlier, she said they don't want it for their relationship, but they will
Okay.
partake in someone else's. I agree with that, Star.
So Wally, since you're up here,
She's
what you think
talking
about
about
this
the men
conversation so far?
that we said earlier. Um,
I didn't really hear
problems
too much of this, but since
and
it's
they
mostly
feel
touching
like the
on the whole
husband or the
polygamy
guy trying
thing
to
from
pick
her
and choose.
perspective, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just don't pay no mind.
Sir
You don't
says
pay no
if
mind.
each
Okay, okay.
lover
Yeah.
Is
recruited
that's
to
not sure
meet
like your
the
thing as far as like
perceived
trying
want
to
or role, then
jump
you
in, well,
essentially
not jump
create
into, but kind of collect multiple
Mm-hmm.
a
relationships?
toxic relationship.
Um,
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I say it like this:
Mm-hmm.
for whoever works for it, that's them.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's like I'm just not co-signing that because
yeah, I know what he's
it.
saying. So
I don't know what
no,
the other
and I
person
don't.
really
I
ultimately
will
thinks
go.
of the next
I
person.
want y'all to
So
hear this.
for me is like if there's ever a situation, like a real high level situation, then it's like then you already then it's like you never know.
You're not
So
doing the Drake.
You want to make sure. No,
I get you
I
though.
don't even have time for that.
You know, sometimes, man, like it's not for everyone. You know what I mean?
Bringing his whole self to this relationship.
And if you think about it,
they're gonna mess it up for everybody.
Like how often or what are the chances of people to get into poly relationships, especially if you're a man?
Strange things.
We don't have a lot of power like
strange
that
things
unless we become like one of those omega alpha males that all these dudes be talking about, make a whole crap ton of money. Where women will naturally, not naturally, where people fall in love, like for our pockets, and will be able to submit and do anything that we tell them to do.
I mean, the call day.
That's why I kind of see how men can often get into like these like poly relationships.
If you're acting like you can't talk,
but you gotta work very, very hard for that.
All that weird stuff.
That's what I think.
Listen, sir, you ain't ready.
No, yeah, it's definitely doozy.
Fairly quickly, and I'm gonna say, listen, you're not ready for this, and I'm gonna end it.
Yeah.
It's not being mean or anything. It's just like, listen, this is a particular relationship.
But other than that, if you have a Twitch account, please follow Miss Nebraska.
There's real stuff in Nebraska.
If not, I will highly recommend for you to create a Twitch account because
if my other
that will definitely be important.
You're not putting in effort, they will ask me to cut that shit short because you're not putting in what they're putting in. So that's a problem, especially if you say you want to be in this. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to being like more of a traditional, I have two very traditional partners, which is odd. They were with women who did lots of things, who were very
did you say God?
Submissive and things like that.
No, so she has two traditional partners.
Like
okay.
So they will say, "What is he doing?"
This is why I don't really even. This is why I don't pay mind to this because
that does happen.
If you have two traditional people,
no, you can't come in your
but then they're in a poly relationship with you, it's like
you're gonna say, "Well,
make that make sense."
Get rid of them. And
because here's the thing, right? I don't think people know or women know the definition of a true traditional man. Because a traditional man would not.
And I know that sounds weird.
It is a thing, right? And I'm going to sound really selfish by saying this.
I know it's easy.
But traditional men,
my partners, I say
if that was the case, they will actually flip it to where it benefits for them with multiple women in their roster or like in their group. You're not
doing what you need to do, or you're not ready.
But also, if you're going back to traditional men, like back in the 50s or something. Most of those traditional men were nuclear, were part of nuclear families.
I thought you was joking.
And it was, I would say, like at least predominantly monogamous relationships.
So yeah, I don't know.
So
don't be weird.
A traditional man probably wouldn't really stand for like poly relationships.
Wants to know, are you living
where they're sharing a woman with multiple men. But hey, that's what I think.
Right, because. When she automatically said like her partners were traditional, in my mind I'm thinking so they would have to be selectively traditional because you're taking up a new ideology versus the one that you originally operate in.
Which we'll get to later in discussion. But I do like I want a family more feel of like everyday interaction. I like that feel. I have had both of them live with me together for a short period of time. So we have had all of us together. And then
so your partner has to say
we still see him
in other partners
fairly often. So
are the guys by
like and late? Do your partners have
and we communicate stuff and video calls and stuff. So it's more like
the typical common question, because here's the thing, right? Most people are going to assume that for a woman to be in multiple partners with a guy, this is what people are assuming.
Okay,
they're not assuming the fact that you can you could have multiple partners but still act as if you're in a monogamous one. Whereas like you have your time most of the time with him, and you have most of the time with that partner. But what people are looking at is like, oh, this is a threesome type of relationship. You have MzPoly, you have two guys. They're thinking, wow, she must be having sex with him, like at the same time, having orgies, having two guys live with her. They're competing and fighting for her love. It's like Bachelorette a little bit.
Like one person I've ever seen get real close to that we all got close to.
It just does not.
He just
it just does not
really fall through
probably make
dating
sense to
her
like most people,
in a serious manner. So that didn't
But
work out. But
I'm
we
not
still
hating
friends with her and
on
everything
the
like that.
poly
But
or the polygamous
I
relationship
don't know. That's why I
because,
said feel
like I said, if
polyandry
the other
because
way
it's like
around, most
they
men are
don't
going to
go.
take
They don't
advantage and
go.
they're
They
going to
just
enjoy it.
well, the one
But
who said I
I'm
said that he has
speaking
the
for
option
more
too.
of a
He says he really
societal
has a hard time
standpoint,
finding women that he would
non-biased
like to date
and just
on a serious
critically
manner. He doesn't feel
critique,
like any of them are serious. I'll
Right.
be honest. He's
That's
But
very
why I
for
say
respectful.
that I just don't pay no mind.
right.
Okay. So
But
he's more of an
for
alpha
Miss
male.
Nebraska, I'm
They
definitely
both
enjoying like this
absolutely
type
both
of
are.
interview. She
That's why
definitely have a good
it's like the
support base
weirdest thing. You would
of
think the
people
people
who
you would
tunes
think I
in to like
don't date
watch her.
are like the people who
These
try
are
to date
people
me.
that's
It's
on
craziest thing
Twitch.
I've ever seen in my life.
So
I
I get
mean,
surprised by
not
the people who
surprised
ask
at
I'll
me
say
that.
like,
all
hey,
because
just
the
keep it up, Mr.
opposite
Nebraska.
always attracts. But
You're right.
the number one misconception that I saw today when I posted your flyer is that a lot of guys were saying that they assuming that the men who are in this lifestyle with you are beta men. I think that's
You're
the
Beta.
like
misconception.
right, and watch them say no. Listen, okay, one of them goes. He does stream. He does stream sometimes when he wants to. Okay, and the other one he doesn't so much. He's a gamer, but no, I wouldn't say anything wrong to them. I'm not. This being that was real. It's real. I wouldn't. And even been live, and one of my partners heard someone being rude to me, and like it was. I don't know. Once again, it was just
Mm.
no. I will say that yeah, they're just not. They're not very sensitive men, if that's what people think, or something like that. I feel like they're very attractive gentlemen who have women who want to date them. I don't think that's an issue. I don't know. That's how it is. That's every time someone asks me out. I've dated a sheriff before. He ain't really, so I've dated different kinds of gentlemen. A lot of them I think are just a lot of sometimes they're busy men. Truck drivers are a big fan of poly, and not just because they
I
move
can
around. I
see
think
that
because
because they're always on the road. They're not home the majority of the time, so I can see that.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm just being honest. And they're like, oh well, they're out. I understand, but a lot of them want an actual relationship with someone, and there are times where it's like, okay, well, if I leave my partner at home, that's where some jealousy comes. Is she banging
Mm.
people? Why am I home for 3 months? Or if I'm on the road, is she, and that's where it's like, okay, well, she has another partner. I know who she's with. I've had people say that to me, like, I would date you, and they explain why
Oh,
they would like to, what the insecurities are about dating regular
well,
women,
I
and
guess here's the thing
those
that
are
I
some
will
of those
say.
that I hear.
Um,
Um, that
if you
I
are
know since
going
I
to be
work
a
so
guy
much,
that's going to
I'm not there for
be
the
in a
emotional
poly
ends of the
relationship
game.
with a
And
woman
so
with
then I
multiple
feel like they're gonna go
guys,
somewhere else and find it.
like I
And
would
then
kind of
that's what's
suggest
make them
that you
cheat,
network
even
with
though they
those
want to
same
be with
type
you.
of dudes that's with her in
So
that
men who are
relationship,
really
and
busy
you
tend
try to
to
build a
talk about
strong
being in
connection as
polyandry
much as possible.
relationships,
So when you're
which is
going on the
interesting.
road, you
And then
could
I saw
trust
that
like
question. The man said,
your
"Are
buddy
they bi?"
that's like
No.
Well,
pounding
hold
her
on.
So that's what
guts
makes
out
so even in poly
to make
world,
sure that
I'm
she's
good.
Give me
protected.
just 1 second, Miss Polly. So we have a raid that just entered the building through by DJ
Oh,
Rampage. So what up,
Yeah.
DJ Rampage? Welcome on in, Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate
I do like Raiders.
you.
I like
So,
them.
if you guys are not following DJ Rampage, be sure to give him a follow. That's Twitch fam right there. Love some DJ Rampage. He is
Yes.
a gamer and he recently just started DJing and he's really good, y'all. So check him out.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right.
if you're just coming in,
No,
welcome on
look,
in,
real quick
Raiders.
though,
If
but
you're just
when
coming
she
in,
brung up the whole thing
we
of
have
just being
tonight Miss
insecure,
Polly.
my thing is at this
She is
point, if
available on
you
all
already
platforms,
feeling
including Twitch.
insecure,
But give her a follow,
going
give
into
her
this type of
YouTube,
situation,
give
is
her
like, why
YouTube.
the hell did you get in this situation?
And
Like
she
like
is
at this
sharing
point,
with us about
if you're gonna
her
get in a situation like this, you
polyamorous
better know what you're getting
lifestyle. She
into.
has two
And if you know what you're
partners,
getting into, you
and
can't
she's
be thinking
also
insecurely.
from Nebraska.
Because if you are, then you may as well get out of that.
So,
Yes.
Make sure y'all show
Right.
girl some love.
Right. Because
but thank you again, DJ Rampage, for that raid.
Because it doesn't really make any sense.
Family,
you know what I mean?
If
Like
you're confused right
you're just
now
putting
on what
yourself
a
in a
raid
situation
is,
where
a
you're just
raid
going
is
to get
when
hurt deeply,
another streamer
and your
brings
self-esteem is going to
their
go lower.
community into your community.
So if you're an insecure dude
So that's
now,
what a raid
it's going to get worse later on. And
that
some
allows
people at a certain point,
communities to
they may
network
not
with
be
each
able to
other,
handle it.
to
They can
follow
probably handle it
each
at first,
other, and to help
but then
grow
later
with
on,
one another.
it will become
So
like a
that's what a
disaster.
raid is. So
And
yeah,
if
Miss
there's
Polly, back to you.
and then if she has to
you were
choose,
going to answer that question.
you
that
know,
was
when
in the
me
chat
like,
earlier.
out of the partners that she have,
So, yeah,
that's going to be a
right.
tough call
A
right
lot of
there.
times the women are polyandry, their partners are bi, and that is very, very true. So
Right,
even in the poly
'cause-
community,
And this is why I always sit and say this. For me, I
hope to see
wouldn't do
more
it
people like me,
because
but a lot of times they're bi.
even if I'm not thinking
There's a
that
lot of
way,
women who want
how
bi
do I know the
partners.
next guy ain't?
Not sure why, but
It's too
they
much.
do. They want bi partners who are males. So, but mine are not. Mine are transitional. So, and then also tall pumps. I know you said it's all wordplay. That's why I don't like to use the word suit, because I think people get hung up on the words. And so, but for the open relationship, obviously there's lots of benefits for being in a relationship with multiple people. It's just more people hands on deck, more adults hands on deck, hopefully, when you choose your partners. But where that open part is, a lot of times we use these words so we can make sure we're finding the right fit for us. Because poly people tend to hang around lifestylers. Lifestylers are people who are in a kind of like fantasy, wife swapping, open relationships. And when you get into groups like that who are okay with
Right there. That's such a red flag for me. When she explained that, I ain't taking that.
So if I went into a lifestyle party, let's
just say that again.
And
no, the way she just explained that, the whole fantasy, I'm like, huh? I'm like, nah, red flag for me. I ain't with that.
I can't. I don't want to talk to you.
You better reframe that.
I'm
That's worse sounding what you doing right there for me.
You're looking for a sexual moment that could last for whatever time, and I am not. So then you are not a good match. So the word soup is good when you're in those situations, but if you're day to day, yeah, right. We're in a relationship where there's more than one of us. But when you're in a situation where someone's asking because they want to date you, oh, you need to be specific. Very specific. Some men don't want to be with a woman who has a partner who's bisexual. They don't like that. It makes them feel uncomfortable and they don't want it. These are things you have to talk about. So the word
I would hope so if it makes them feel fucking uncomfortable, because that's weird.
Life, and we're just trying to clarify for each other what this is.
Bro,
So
this is why I say I don't pay this issue no mind, bro. It goes to a deeper wormhole one way or the next.
Yeah, I do think those conversations in this day and age is needed because
of course it's needed. It's a whole brand topic. I mean, let's be real. With the whole world being what it is,
there's hundreds of different.
I mean, think about it like this, right? With the whole world thinking what it is, right? Think about this. If someone would have came out here and said poly is going to be the savior of relationships on both men and women's side, I wouldn't be surprised. Why? Because at the end of the damn day, the value of a man is going low. The value of a woman is going low.
For monogamous people,
so you said the value of both is going low?
No, think about it, the value of a good man is going low. The value of a good woman is going low. Think about it. We talking about 10% of men, right? There's only so much of them. We talking about a certain caliber of women. There's only so much of them. Most of them are already probably married. And there you go.
Right. And do you want to be that guy?
I mean, that's true. You know,
in a club, and you start dating her or talking to her.
It was something I was gonna say,
and she might have an area where you can.
In this case,
but she can't have children, and now you didn't commit.
Okay, so
or thinking this might be.
Here's the thing, right?
One, and you invest in a month, and now you feel like you waste your time, and now you.
I'll probably tell you another thing.
These are conversations that you need to have.
A lot of women.
It's just okay. I need to know.
Or certain guys, I guess, right? Well, a lot of people will probably judge
I say, hey, listen,
the polyamorous lifestyle.
But I have,
this is the thing, right?
Surgery, but I
back then, before marriage became Americanized, like poly relationships was mostly designed for one man. who is of high status
if I had a
or
transgender
status,
child,
however Andrew
I
Tate will
would
call it,
definitely,
and all those
encourage
women
them
will
to
flock into
make sure
that
they
one
tell
man.
people up
Like if it
front,
was by law, like
because
so many
that's how
beautiful
people
women will
get
already been
hurt,
taken by one man.
or
And I think that's
killed.
why they made that rule
And I don't condone
to
violence, but
stick
you
with
just
one
never know
person
how people
because
will react when they feel
I mean,
like they
look,
can
imagine if you was a loser, like a
put
straight
something
loser.
in there,
Like you already
sexual
have like your
violence.
chances are already hard as it is. But
But
imagine
yeah,
like if all the pretty girls, right,
I
could
think
just
that's
flock to one dude that they
that
like.
a woman,
And you have like 10 or 20
in
girls
this
that's
day and
flocking to that
age
guy.
is,
Now 10 or 20 dudes is
polyamorous,
probably like as
and
thirsty
I
as they are,
commend you
they probably like,
for
well damn, like
talking about
like
it,
can you like at least
educating
share?
people about it,
But it don't work like that.
and having such
So
a patient, calm demeanor when people get like
regardless. I mean, I know most people say it's Americanized, but even in like for those that
because I be in the chat like
deep enough in the books, but like I mean I don't read that too deep in the whole like the Bible thing too much. But even in that, it even proves it in there, right? Like most people say, like, well, most people had a lot of women. I'm like, yeah, but at the end of the day, most of the concepts when it comes to marriages is always the man and then the woman. It's only one set for each. It's not more than one.
I dealt with a lot of polygamists.
Yeah.
So it's like either way.
Polyandry women.
Take
So
what you
when I
want
said
to
I
take
was
it for.
polyandry a lot,
Yeah,
it's like a trigger, they lose it. And they're very red pillish a lot of times. So when you come into you're defending yourself, not only am I defending myself as a poly person, I have to defend myself against my own poly bros here. So I will defend them, but they will not defend me. So even in the same room, they will sometimes. Now I've been in rooms where they'll defend the poly part, but they will not defend me as a woman.
Okay.
And so it can be.
But wait a minute, but they're traditional, right?
Like millions of women I part of some.
See, I can't do this. See, too much for me. Too much.
So I think for me, the thing I put out there is if you are a woman, now I'm not saying every woman, some women want to have a hot girl summer, and I'm not saying that. There are women who feel like they can manage more than one gentleman. And there's women who do it on a daily basis. Now, I'll be honest, I think that's very risky.
I mean, that's promiscuity.
See, this what y'all
this is a woman's rotation of dudes.
Alpha male boyfriends who do not know about each other.
She don't have to really worry about.
When they come in contact with each other, they act like animals on the streets and beat each other, get in fights and divided. Let's not. Conversation. And let's see if we can move this conversation.
Guys, never fight over a woman who cheated on you. Never fight over a woman who disrespects you.
Not want to be part of something you're doing. A lot of this stuff is about people being selfish. I'm gonna have him
for it. And I'll call you a sucker.
You to have them, and you have to be okay with
that. No, seriously, like that.
And listen, there
that's
are
how I
many
look at it.
men out here who are okay with that.
So something that's lower than low. I feel you.
They are out here.
I mean, because when you think about it, like when people use the term betas, like, let's get real. In life, there's always going to be a beta there in service.
May not be the ones who want to have that situation.
You think I'm lying? Think about chess. The pawns, they're your betas.
And that's just what it is.
But you need them to win.
There are men out here who are attractive.
I mean, so I mean, I'm not gonna ever tell a dude you're a beta just because that just fits the bill of what everyone else says.
Maneuver, like I said, there's a
problem. You a sucker. Because let's be honest, at least a beta is part of the pack amongst the wolves.
Move into that comment.
But a sucker, you an outcast. You reject. Sorry to say, you've been rejected.
Men who actually seek out women who are polyandry.
Yeah, and I hate that type of crap too. Like when dudes catch their girls, cheating. But then you don't go after the girl, you going after the dude. Like he did something wrong to you. Like he ruined your entire family and marriage and all that.
Now see that on that point, that's why I be like. But it's funny though, because women, they will hope you do that, right? Why? Because they show that you care.
I don't know the definition on.
And that's the trap part. That's the trap part.
Or maybe care a little bit too much,
Traditional.
Get your heart stumped. Salutes to Gangsta Dreams. Gangsta Dreams, how you doing, brother? Like we're having a watch party for Miss Nebraska. However, if you wish to come up, the StreamYard link is posted
feel
want
like
to
that'll make
kind of
you
repost it
run
again
out
just
and
in
be
case.
all
But
over the place. That thinks you have low body counts. They
feel free to
think that
join in
women
if you're
are
in the
really
mood, you know.
valued, like
Other than that,
animals.
man,
I'm
you
not.
know,
That's
salute
not
to you,
being an
man.
asshole. Me wrong. It's like
And
stop.
shout outs to the passport movement.
How young you are. Your weight, how you look. If you take care of yourself, you gotta be able to do all that stuff that a lot of women now don't really are against. But it's not horrible. Don't say if you like a man's traditional, don't give that up because, like I said, my partners are actually very traditional when it comes to that.
Selectively traditional.
And I just have found my middle.
Sorry, but it has to be
if
said.
Man wants to open the door for you, shoot, let him do it. No, you don't want to. Let him do it. That makes him.
Because
that's how he shows
them
his love.
choosing this version of policy, choosing this version of poly.
Just
this is somewhat in a flip of mine.
It's not, but there's a middle. Because then there's
that makes sense.
If someone was like, "You need to stay home and not work," I'd be like, "Okay, no, it's not gonna work." So there's a middle that you can find.
So basically, even if he tries to activate traditional mode, because a lot of these traditional men, have that type of mindset where it's like, I work, you stay home or whatever.
I don't want
cook, clean, take care of the kids and all that, and then you're refusing his authority. That means that you really don't want to allow a man to be the man that you claim that he should be.
Like in terms of this conversation,
this is another thing that women need to understand. Look, let men be men. Okay, stop trying to change them.
Question, Tall Pumps.
But I mean, for me, it's like because you see, with the terms and everything else. Sometimes for me, I just have to do some digging of my own. And the funny thing is, like when people talk about the whole concept of the traditional and modern, is like
hear it too much on Twitch, because
the version of how the internet talks about modern is not as what I found like through other areas. Because like when I do my research, I don't find the same way that people talk about it. So it's like the way people conflate it is a little bit different. Because actually, for me, from my comparison, the tradition and moderns, they're somewhat similar. It's just slight differences. That's all the difference.
Twitch is dominated with.
Shout outs to the people who are watching on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, give us like a like or a heart or whatever. Share the videos and direct them to come onto the YouTube side.
I agree.
Your polyamorous relationship.
I missed what you said. So, it sounds like it was an important question.
Expanding the pod. That said, Mr. Nebraska. So yes, that was everything. So I had recently something. Yes, I was looking for a third. I usually have three, but I haven't had three in a while. So I've had three partners usually for a while, and actually for a long period here I have not. And I'm open to dating people, but I haven't really found anyone who fits with us. And there's been things where it's like, I don't really date people a lot. I try. Had some good experience.
I feel like once you got your partners, it's going to be pretty hard.
It's called like husbands. It's called husbands. Brother husband.
The thing is like okay.
Let me go.
I'm not being called a brother husband. I'm telling you right now.
Gentlemen who are actually
brother husband number one, brother husband number two.
I go in there.
No.
Sometimes people ask me questions, and I'll answer that for them.
Yeah, this
gentleman reached out to me, and I was like, okay. And
it's okay, man. Take your time.
He would like to get to know me more, and I was like, okay. And I asked why. I know what people think it's weird to ask someone that right off bat. I always ask why. I just say why. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, there it is. Because like there's 7 days in the week, right? If she gets like 3 dudes, that means like she has to literally like share 2 days with each dude, and the 1 day is universal.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, it's like
I thought it was.
You're getting piped down like 3 times out of a week.
In his dating experience.
But it's like,
that he felt
can you handle it?
Like I said at the time, he said he feels like women need more mental and emotional
what is it saying?
needs than men. He said men are very basic; they don't need a lot. Now he is from Afghanistan. I'll put that out there, so the English may be a little broken. But he said he feels like women need more, emotional.
Just passing through, friends, on your way to bed.
He said,
great.
And he thinks
Let's
that
get
that's
those
okay
likes up, viewers and chat
a
landers.
woman to have
Thank you,
more
K.
than
Marion.
a partner, and he finds it interesting that they
you
can
got
work
an
together and be a
Afghani
team.
boyfriend
Okay. So
that is willing to opt into this idea.
And he started telling me,
oh boy, this is crazy. Well, I know he don't tell his parents this. I know he don't tell his parents this. They'll freak out.
He is from another country. It's a lot different there. They don't really date. They don't date, marry. He's more on a serious.
So in the country that he's in, they primarily do arranged marriages, right?
Arranged marriages, and they are actually polygamous. A lot of them are polygamous, so a lot of them have multiple wives. And he's not the only man I've met from Middle Eastern.
Yeah, for those that want it,
like polyandry. There's a lot of Middle Eastern men saying that, and not the gentleman I'm talking about now, but there's another gentleman who came to me and he mentioned to me that since there was a lot of men who could have multiple wives, that did leave a lot of men available to date, not as many women to date, because the men that are the wives are maybe arranged to, if a father or family wants you to be married to this other gentleman who has you'll get married to them. And so then the men who don't, there's a lot more available men. So I was like, oh, I see. He's like, that's why a lot of men are saying they're okay with women who are going to be polyandry. So I was like, okay, but they marry. Yeah.
See, once again, see what I just see this? Exactly what I just said. Once there's less women out there, the less good ones out there, then welcome to the new age.
How much younger?
I feel bad for and I'm not saying in reference to MzPoly, but just outside, in general, because you made that statement. I do feel bad for the women that's out there that is trying to abide their traditional standards, but you're always going to get overshadowed by someone who is
women say,
loud and
someone out there who has these criteria,
because those loud type of women, for some reason, are the aggressive ones, so they're able to get those guys and then break them apart.
Things
honestly,
other places
what's funny, and I always think about this. I think the only reason guys choose women like that is because they're willing to be seen versus to just be.
It's the same thing.
I don't want to say this. They're willing to be seen versus to be seen.
To have different lifestyles, or just even be
with we can see all women all the time, right? And we can just say we see the quiet ones, we see the ones that are actually out and about, but we always choose the one that are very well seen versus the one that are just being seen. Why?
Okay, well,
yeah. And I think it's because. And I think it's a lingering to say because the ones that choose to really want to be seen, they're a little bit more open and easier to talk to versus the one that don't want to be seen because they're a little bit locked in. So I think that's probably the reason why we usually trade. We usually try to go for those chicks more than the other ones.
And we said, no, I'd like to pursue you in a more serious
fashion.
So this is interesting. And I told him to take more time because I'm here we don't go that fast. So, yeah, this is interesting.
So, is he a virgin?
Definitely is. Definitely is.
Huh?
Okay.
No.
Wait, the Afghanistan guys are virgin?
Yeah, she probably talking about him.
I don't think that
he's not a virgin.
Our versions there. I'm not trying to say.
Okay, so he's really in his traditional.
Okay.
So he hasn't put his pipe into place yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's on that traditional mindset of he has to wait till marriage to do that. Something of that nature.
Oh man.
I need more.
But see, here's the thing, right?
So that's what we're gonna.
Well, MzPoly and her partners be open.
So do you think that
for that type of marriage?
American,
because then it won't be MzPoly anymore. It'll be like Miss Polygamy.
Integrate with his Middle Eastern values, culture. Because y'all got a lot going on. You got the lifestyle.
We do.
Because the crazy part, you know what's crazy? Because I actually know a dude that's poly. That's polygamous, however, right? With two women off of Facebook, right?
So how
and he got kids with one of the women, right? And he's trying to like build kid with the other one. But because like when you hear the story of it and you hear them tell the story, they like the kids they started as weird early on, but they're cool with it. But they wouldn't do it for themselves. I was like,
these are your questions because he is the first. He's the oldest son.
That was a little bit interesting because I was like.
So he's the oldest son.
It wasn't as easy.
That means a lot.
No, when you hear them say that, they went through the trials and errors of it, and then it's like, okay,
things that we're gonna go
through. They rock with it. It is what it is. It's like it's known to them, but they will never do it amongst themselves. It's like, oh, it's like, I think they realize the hard part. Because I mean, even when it comes to them, right? It's like, think about it.
To follow that process
from his perspective, right? You're separating 3 days for the women a piece, and then of course, like, where did the kids come?
So you got to do.
What's the kids for the kids?
Yeah, the kids come. Like, you already separated 3 parts a piece, right, for the women. And with one day being universal, but then at the same time, I was like, well, then what's that bonding time for the kids amongst those 3 days for each of the women?
Right.
So it's like it's so tough. And this is why I'm like, I'm like,
unless you're a very busy man and you don't care about seeing them once a week, even though you guys live under the same roof.
If we found someone,
because this is why I'm like, when I look at this, I'm like,
this could be.
Boy, y'all must be having some management skills because
this could be an option.
Or some heavy understanding because for y'all to do that, it ain't easy.
But this is a gentleman who's very serious.
Hold on, Wally. I'll be right back. Okay.
I said by
yeah, no problem.
Because he requirements that he asked of me as someone, if I were to be committed to him, he would want us he would be polyandry all the way. He wouldn't want my partners to have any other female partners, and that's him requesting that.
Okay.
So there's so it's a process, and so since there's a process, it takes time. But it'd be nice for you guys to follow me on the journey, and we can talk about different topics and things like that. Even if you miss Nebraska, like I said, just gonna. Hopefully this is great.
We'll definitely follow you on that journey for sure, and we're gonna have you here again in the future, so to update us. But we have Free World TV in the building for the first time, so welcome on in, Free World. Happy New Year's to you. And he said, "Are y'all discussing polygamy? We're discussing the polyamorous lifestyle, which is different from polygamy. But we do have polygamy. Yeah, we did talk about polygamy. But we do have MzPoly in the building, and she is a part of the polyamorous lifestyle. She has 2 partners. She's a streamer on YouTube, so be sure to give her a follow on YouTube platform. And are you in the polygamy lifestyle, Free World TV? Let us know in the chat, and let us know, where are you checking in from? What city are you checking in from? MzPoly is also from Nebraska.
Yeah.
So she knows she has a home here on Twitch.
Yes.
So yeah, Free World, let us know in the chat.
Yes,
Oh, go ahead.
NWA people.
No,
NWA.
I was gonna say, right. I like
the New World Order.
Here till I was like 11, and I moved.
We're screwed. Not playing. Everyone do what fits you. Everyone do what fits you.
Oh man, I don't know, maybe 6 years, something like that. So yeah, it is what it is. So you went to the South. Now you're in the South. It's like
we
came back. It's all great. We swapped.
We swapped. But I'll be leaving the South soon within the next few years. So but Free World said
I love Navy guys. They're very nice. Wait,
Free World said
that was
he's in
Texas. Wait a
Dallas.
minute. See, I like Texas guys. I really have a problem.
He was in a poly relationship when he was in the Navy.
What the?
Okay.
Oh Lord! Oh, this is gonna be fun. Don't tell me you was in no poly relationship with them Navy chicks now. Oh boy.
Okay, so my first boyfriend in college was in the Marines, and it traumatized the hell out of me because so yeah.
No, way.
Yeah. So I was like,
yes, Free World, follow this journey.
What up, Honey Watts? Honey Watts is in the building.
Traumatized. Gosh.
No shade to the Marines.
No
shade to the Marines. Free World said, I'm retired now. I need to follow this journey. He is interested in the journey.
Nah, bro.
He's retired.
You interested in being the third wheel? No.
Yes. So yeah, I have MzPoly.
Small joke.
Right. MzPoly Wright is on YouTube, and that's where I'm going to put it once a week, and kind of talk about the process of. And we're going to be on Instagram, and then we're going to kind of branch off and come like Miss Nebraska. We're going to go knowledge and relationships, and we're going to kind of just basically I'm going to keep my main storyline on YouTube, and then I'm going to also hop off YouTube and then kind of spread the word and give a little. But yeah, MzPoly, and then it's Poly Wright, PolyRIght.
Yeah, because I think it's important for people to see a female, a woman in this lifestyle, because we always see men saying that they want more than one woman or they want more than one wife. And of course it's always a double standard, of course, right? So it's good to see, the lifestyle isn't for me per se, but
is it really
a woman of color
I mean, no, seriously, is it really a double standard? I mean, men have the only reason men have more than one wife is because of money. Women will only have more than one dude because of a connection. That makes sense. We're like literally, is it really a double standard at this point?
It is.
Like,
it is. And let's see.
And the only way the double standard comes in is just the judgment.
So,
other than that,
lady on there, because I
take that away. Really, who cares?
Lady on there, I think.
All you telling me is women can get more guys, men can't.
20 years or something. It's like really
all you telling me.
They have a very long established relationship, and then her boyfriend also.
This is the sad part, right?
And then she's looking for a
no matter what you do, man,
to watch
right?
it because
you're not gonna
the stress. I'm gonna tell y'all don't even know. I'm gonna tell you.
You're not gonna be on a level.
The stress of finding
an average woman
is like the worst experience.
The thing is,
finding a third horrific. Okay, I don't know what
woman. Okay, if you're beautiful,
it's just I don't know. It's like a
matter of fact. I mean, Lord behold,
I don't know
if you are 10 and you want to be in a polyamorous relationship,
something to do with
you will actually get yourself into a poly relationship faster than any other guy will ever be able to.
So why?
And you can still work at you can be broke or have no job at all.
That's fact.
All you do is look good.
I get it.
And find the right type of guy who will literally.
Thank you so much for the follow.
Most of these guys, right? And I'm not throwing a shade at MzPoly or whatever, but I want to speak from a fair point of view. Most of these guys are desperate. They have no self-worth. So you can do anything. And they'll fall asleep.
Free World TV said, I agree. I really think it should be.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, right?
Okay.
If a 10 really wanted to be rich, all she had to do was just date some nerds and make them agree about doing poly. Most of them would be, in your code of words, desperate enough to do it.
Free World said,
and then right there, all these nerds, all these scientists, all these money dudes that are in tech, done deal.
Interesting. Niku Draw said, finding a third.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Women are the biggest pimps. Okay.
Yeah, but until they know how to work it.
I know.
Huh?
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I'm saying like if they know how to work it, oh yeah, they can gradingly be biggest pimps.
So I will be. So I'm gonna be clear. So
I know we talk about these male pimps, this and that, but look, man.
You say,
go ahead. Can nobody pimp like a woman? Because a woman can easily get into a man's feelings so hard.
Right, because see, a woman's pimping by charm, a man's pimping by fear.
Because he's in that. I like to pick on him.
So, at the end of the day, man.
Thank you so much, Free World, for that subscription. Thank you, and welcome to the Cornhusker channel. You can drop your corn in the chat. MzPoly, have you seen my corn emote that I have?
You know, shout out to Andrew Tate, right?
No, but I like it. I like that. I like it.
Andrew Tate had a good system.
Have to show you my corn.
Only problem is he was talking too much, man. You can't run the system and then be a celeb at the same time.
Thank you so much.
Be up on social media like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Especially telling people like how you run your business, which was definitely helpful for a lot of people.
Hold on.
But the more you talk and the more people hate you,
if somebody has
the sooner they will try to do whatever it takes to stretch you down.
So we can show MzPoly my corn emote. Oh, I'm sorry, Free World.
But and that's the thing, because my thing is like, with this charge that they got him with, if you just connect the dots to certain videos that he was on and everything else, and then you think about the situation, it's like, well, they can easily just put you down and everything else. But it's like, I don't know, man. Because I've seen some other videos as far as like his brother saying, oh, they don't got you for this and this and this and that. It's like, oh, basically y'all was for nothing other than some boyfriend being concerned about his girlfriend that was at the party.
It's a little I'm like, with red lipstick and eyelashes.
I mean, I don't know what the overall consensus is, but it's like, man, as long as that thing is keep playing the way it keeps playing, it's gonna be bad for him.
To my channel, they do have access to those emotes on Twitch.
Oh, okay. I like this. This is entertaining. I enjoy this. I like this. Yeah, and that's awesome. Somebody said popcorn. Really?
DJ Katron. So Niku Draw said they're from Oregon and France. My boyfriend and I are poly in lifestyle together, but it's currently 2 of us. Wow. Okay. So welcome. So
okay.
MzPoly, you got some of your.
I'm trying to tell you, it's taking over.
That's awesome.
No world order, baby. NWO.
I think a lot of times people hide. I mean,
no, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. When the volume of quality dive are low, same as women, it's going to be the new.
A lot of subscribers.
It's going to be crazy.
The gentleman who started it kind of like threw it at me.
It's going to be the new
kind of been taking over it. Not myself, but it's a lot of work by myself. But
here's the thing, right?
He has a group. It's called.
Who's going to benefit? It's going to benefit for the men, or it's going to benefit more for the women?
Or ask them to participate.
Both. Let me tell you why I say that, because think about this, right? Men, no matter what you hear them say, regardless if it's black women or not, black men, men in general, just will want to be with somebody they want to be with. I mean, no matter what, regardless on what they say, what you hear and all that, in that senses, they automatically still want to be with somebody in their lives.
And take a picture.
Right? So, in that sense, having someone in your life, that's going to still be beneficial to you. But you also want the right person in your life.
Shame that some people have with it.
In my senses, and then based upon most females within this idea of poly, they're not making this about money, so it's easy access for you just to walk on it without pressure, because you're not really taking up anything.
I like to date your husband,
especially if you're in a collaborated relationship with a couple of people.
Well,
So if you're like multiple heads in one household,
like one of our family, like
I basically paying the rent right then and there.
We would just deny who you
Yeah,
are.
man, you could get like a you could probably buy like an apartment building if all three of them had good jobs.
I'm like, I'm all on YouTube.
Basically.
I'm everywhere. Like I'm talking about it left and right. I just can't act like you don't exist or be okay with you not acting like I exist.
The only difference is like that you gotta know how to play the cards right when it comes to taxes.
It depends. If you're shy, because you don't know what your parents are gonna say. My parents did that too.
If you're in just a relationship with them,
my girlfriend's boyfriend,
you know,
I understand that.
You ain't gotta worry about. And you're single. You ain't gonna worry about like that.
Like literally, like if you're holding my hand, you're gonna drop my hand and like push me
unless
away.
Unless you know, all the parties are married.
It's not gonna work. So, well, I see all the movies.
So Free Roll said that he's glad that he tuned in. Thank you so much, Free Roll. We're glad that you came through and you stopped through. Yes. I also gave you a follow as well, Free Roll, so I can't wait to check you out when you go live. And Dream Diva said she put up all of my emotes in the chat so you can see it.
Okay, so I should have access to this also. So when I go on Twitch, I should have this also. That what you're telling me? I should.
And you have to subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll have access to people emotes.
I did.
Okay, so yeah, you.
I see. I'm new. I haven't got that far. I'm being. Okay, I haven't got that far. Yep. I need to participate. Okay.
Yeah, the emotes are really.
I mean, the world of poly is just so big and diverse.
Oh,
no, I know it is because I remember the last time I saw Will Smith's daughter talking about this dish. And look,
check it out, Free World.
Never again, dog. Never again.
Let's see.
I would say they have good food.
Boy, look, oh my god! I remember when that conversation started. Boy, I was like, I'm just taking a backseat and I'm just asking myself, you can't make this dish up. You just can't make this dish up. You got a dude that's like, oh well, here you are saying, well, I don't want to have sex. I mean, you can have it with anybody else. I just want the connection and the talk. I'm like,
me and 403 City Girl go way back. Since I think
I'm just thinking to myself in that same selection.
Good to see you.
Why y'all just don't let each other go?
Girl. So
like you want this type of thing, but it's like at the same time you didn't want to really convert yourself into this norm either.
Come out,
but it's like you convert to it anyway. It's like
their alternative lifestyles because they're afraid of the judgment.
But like I said, to each his own.
Here Americans are very judgmental.
So, 403 City Girl.
Half of them are
I wonder if that's like have something to do like maybe a reverse fuel for
themselves. You know, they're still judgmental. So I think that's why some people hesitate to come out.
I mean, technically that would be what EOH. So that was
even though some people will say, even though some people will say, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people. They care because if they didn't care, if they didn't care, they would.
Oh man, it's so bad. Women, they care a lot. They care a lot about the peers. They care a lot about what the enemies think of them.
But
they care a lot.
Reality is, most people care.
And you know, it's funny. Someone I knew, JVJ, he shared a video of Kevin Samuels about this female. She literally came up talking about, I hear you talking about relationships and this and that, and I came up to be rated, and I'm like, you came up to be rated.
And I think the other part with it,
and as the video was keep going, I'm like. There was a moment she said that, you know what, I'm getting off because, you're creating a little bit rude. Sweetheart, you came up for this whole freaking experience.
It's not.
Because look, Kevin asked her like, hey, can I see, because she said that she was a size 4, right? And Kevin's like, can you, move back? Because Kevin was looking at her face like, she got a chubby face, right? So Kevin wasn't sure. He said, like, let me, move back so I can see you, present yourself. And she was like, oh, no, you got, I don't want to be blasted. And I'm like, sweetheart, you came to be rated. You basically volunteered to be blasted. What the fuck you talking about? Like, bro, it fathoms me. Like, you're coming up here and a lot of people are watching. What the fuck you talking about?
Someone talking crap, and I get
it's crazy.
You set yourself up.
And this is why I honestly really did wish he put every female on the camera and put them on the screen. Because personally, we need to see who we're who we're listening to, because every single time we see these chicks, remember their faces. Never coincide with them.
City Girl, give
Poly
a follow.
Representation is everything.
And,
what you represented was trash.
Learn more
about, but in that video, right? She actually clowned, right? And with like every other female, right? Because one of the biggest things he said, right? And this is the one thing guys need to start asking females.
But
where was your,
I think I think
my thing is this, right? With guys, I think guys need to start looking literally going direct to the father and asking the father what type of man
what's your dad
he wants to represent his daughter. What are you? Is it himself? Is it like a guy like Will Smith or whoever? What type of man do you want to represent your daughter? And you saying you,
of why
you're and I say to myself, okay, so what have you done in your life? And you've done the 9-to-5 job your whole life. Then don't bring me to this expectation that I have to be somewhere else higher than you. But you've been this. You live to provide for your daughter every which way, shape, and form by being this. So I don't have to be any higher than that. Not saying that I won't be higher if I choose to go that route, because I know where I want to be at in life. But my thing is, don't be over setting the high bar somewhere beyond, and you never had that in your life, period, as a representation in your life at all.
Actually, and it
don't because my thing is just by that video is I'm sitting here okay, wait a minute. Okay. Your daddy was this, mother was this. It's if your daddy was this and you had this in your life, why do you need someone to be more?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask
y'all overdo it. Now, don't get me wrong, right? I get it. Where we are in society and all that and everything else, I get that. But even then, to that point, isn't that then also up to the man to realize where he is in his own position, where we are in America, and realize, hey, I have to do more than what I'm doing right now.
Right.
It's common sense, bro, no one needs to tell me what I need to be more of, because I understand, hey, I'm in this state. If I'm going to keep staying in this state, I have to make a certain kind of money. Mm-hmm. So I got to go get bank.
When someone hears poly, they use sex. So if you're hearing sex when someone says they're poly, you freak out. You're like, oh, this person's just running around being rampant with sexual partners. And in fact, that is not the case. It's actually kind of the opposite. It sounds funny, but it's very true. There's a normalcy when it comes to sex and the schedules for people. Usually when they work and things like that, even if it's every day, whatever. So your partner's pattern. There's some people who don't like to have sex that much. Some people have high drives. And so when you're talking about a real relationship, a lot of people aren't engaging in sexual activities every 3 minutes. So if you had two partners, it could be a situation where you're probably maybe having it not that much. And on top of their sexual, mental, and physical, you're probably going to be in a relationship with this person. And if you're in a relationship with someone, that's different than you just hitting and quitting and running around. So aren't just running around being promiscuous. And I want to put that out there. There are some people who use the word to be promiscuous, to be away. There are people who just want to be and when they want to freak on somebody,
it couldn't be. Couldn't be.
Most of the time, there is a process.
Yeah, while you going in,
there's some people I hear that go say, okay, before I decide I might have sex with someone, we have to go get tested. And what I mean by that, I need to go see the papers prior to them even having sex with me. I need to have it dated and everything. Not that little, I got papers and that's enough. They take their health more seriously. They take their
they gotta take their health more seriously. Because trust and believe me, the next guy F you and he finds out that he got a fucking disease, he killing that nigga. I'm sorry for the language.
Right.
That's not what we're
I'm like, bro, this is why I don't trust this is. This is why I don't pay this no mind. So much of this is you have to be very mindful of this.
Because now I'm not responsible for me.
Because every guy that comes in, all y'all dudes got to get tested and show y'all results. We all speaking clean, good.
It means I care.
But at the end of the day, I ain't dealing with nobody that ain't taking care of their own deeds.
Because what I do affects everyone else. It makes you second guess yourself, really. So I just run around banging everybody. And there are people who do. I'm not.
And that's why, like, most people don't really trust this.
Yeah,
because,
there's
like,
a lot of
you told probably things like, "Oh, I don't have to stay here. I can go to the next one and the next one." And that's what basically she's saying, the abusement part. But that's my point.
But when
a
you're
lot of these dudes could be abused. A lot of other people couldn't be abused.
Right.
That's why some people don't trust this is because they're not abusing.
Like, oh my God.
You don't know who the abusers are. They may come as, oh, they're not abusing, but in reality they are.
Upper 20s and all that. A lot of guys aren't really.
I think
worry about who you had before.
But see that's what she's what you're describing. She's talking about like open relationships or whatever.
Real man
where it's like
you ain't worry about who was there.
You hit it and then you bounce and you go somewhere else.
He's gonna know that he's the person in your life now, and he's gonna be that person for you. So whatever you had before doesn't matter. And that's monogamous or not monogamous. You worry about something one in their past, then you have some issues with feeling like you're not adequate. So I think that's where a lot of people get confused with that, and women get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I just find it like
there are men out here.
Yeah, I just find it so ironic that the ones who like are so judgmental about this lifestyle are the ones who were like, you know, cheating on their married spouses or and I'm like, make it make sense.
Makes no sense.
Like what you're doing
don't make
better.
sense.
I'm like, make it make sense.
I mean, in fair cases, for this conversation that they're having and putting it out there, okay, y'all putting it out there. But most people, you think they put it out there like that? Most people ain't thinking like this.
Yeah.
So my thing is, it's not even the fact of being judgmental; it's the fact of just being careful. More with women,
because no one ain't trying to do nothing stupid with anybody else.
I think a lot of people think I'm giving permission.
Yeah, definitely facts. You know,
I'm not.
Because at the end of the day, I find out I come back with something.
I'm like,
someone ain't coming back. Someone taking the plunge with me.
Because he wants to talk to someone else.
Trust me, like brother. Trust me, if I have to go gone because I got the dumb disease, or trust them to believe someone going down.
That
yeah, definitely
missing something or
all the way down. You know,
let's just say.
I ain't jacking my life with nobody.
But I like to go out in the forest and run around. And I like hanging out with Will when I do that. And he really likes me, and we like each other. Okay. Like, is it really that big a deal? And you're not losing anything. You're not losing anything from that relationship. She still come home. She still does everything she was supposed to do before.
I imagine I did not see that statement.
2 hours or whatever, she's not home.
I imagine I didn't see that statement. I belong to the streets.
They'll tell us
both hoes to the streets.
He can do whatever he wants to do.
Oh, bro, this is weird.
Oh, yeah. I hear that a lot from the old school women. I hear that a lot from the old school women. Yeah. Our grandmothers.
I just don't understand. Aunties, and I think a lot of it.
What up, big
I think it's a disrespect thing. Like, I don't want to be disrespected. Hey, Big Ed. I think they're being disrespect. That's the issue. The issue isn't that they're sharing a man. Because a lot of them already know they're sharing. They have kids by the same man.
I mean, let's be real here, though. Y'all already okay with freaking poly and the other version of it, whatever multitude of it already as it is. We have already shown that it is a very well proven factor. Why? Because guess what? A man can show you, even though he doesn't put it out there in the forefront for all y'all to agree on, but the fact that he can do this one and then he can do that one, it's already been shown that this is how he wants it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Only difference is he knows that y'all bitter, so he can't tell y'all to each other's faces because you'll be like, "Oh no, you got to choose one."
Right, and I'll give you a prime
this is the thing,
example.
right? I guarantee you, ask women, do all women deserve to be loved? I guarantee if they say yes, no, they just played themselves. Because now you tell me all women deserve to be loved, but if a man is able to love both of you, why do I gotta choose one?
Of 20-something years,
Make it make sense.
Had this mistress,
because you can't keep saying that all women deserve love, and then only said that you can only choose one, knowing that there's more women than men in the whole world.
That old school day, right? Like, I don't care what you do, long as you don't let me see it, as long as you keep that on a wrap. And he did for a very long time, and then finally he just got fed up and he got sloppy, and he didn't care because he was in love with this mistress, and he had a baby with this mistress. And he bought a house for this mistress, and then he moved in the house with this mistress.
Oh damn. Shout out to Kevin Sags. Don't ever give your mistress more than your wife. But in this case, it should be the mistress became the wife because now she getting more benefits than the wife herself. Oh man, got the house, got a child. Oh Lord.
I don't know who filed first. I think it was him. I'm not sure, but.
And he filed first. Goddamn.
That's an example of the old school mentality of some of the older women who, were raised like that. They're like, long as I can't see it, I don't want to see it. Don't let me find out. You good.
But you think how ridiculous that sounds? Anybody think that's ridiculous? You know this woman, like you guys high five each other and stuff. You see each other in the store, you be like, that's her. But you literally like, or I've even seen women be like, oh well, he said they needed $400 because she needed her car fixed, so she see I paid for that for her. I'm like, so why are you having an attitude? You just helped her. It sounds like y'all should just co-parent and act like y'all got some sense. Stop being foolish.
Right.
Y'all can all have one big house.
AKA women are showing themselves as being jealous creatures. Once again, and this is why, look, I know they be mad at me when I say this, but this is why I say this. Give women power, see what they do with it. They're no more better than men are. Sorry to say, hate me for it, but damn it.
You gave it to him to give to her for her baby. You just definitely put. I need
you sister wife.
You a whole sister wife. I need you to act accordingly because you just
right. And not only that, I think that's been the culture, like the old school culture here in America for so long. Because here's another celebrity wife, Snoop Dogg, his wife. In the 90s, she said on camera during an interview, you might have had him once. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. And she was a wife saying this. So, I mean, some women, like, they have that mentality. And like you said, it's like
it's called the mentality to keep your man. I mean, let's be real here. Look, regardless on how she chooses to say it one way or the next, my thing is this.
Now, if you're forced to be
Snoop is willing to freak some other chick, who's not to say that chick was not one way closer to making him his?
Knowing,
like, I treat that like it's a bad thing for her saying that. She's claiming the fact that she fought for her man to stay where he belongs with her. There's nothing wrong with that.
They know that they got.
Like, don't get me wrong, he fucked up. He played his part, but at least she's willing to fight to make sure he understands. Don't be out here wasting your breath on chicks that ain't worth it for the long term.
He's like, he leave for 2 days.
And that's pretty much well said, because
that was
you waste your time and energy on some of these chicks, man. They don't mean you no good.
I mean, and I'm pretty sure it still happens now.
Right, because I'm telling you, like just because you can F a chick doesn't mean she's worth long term.
Married man.
She's worth for that. She's worth for that short term. Whatever you chose to make it what it is.
Man,
she ain't built long term. Like, cause think about it, bro. Like, if you look at it, like Snoop Dogg's wife, she was built for it long term.
Yeah.
But if he was dealing around with these tasties, man, he would be broke.
But it's just,
and that's my whole point. Like, that's my thing. Like, good women keep good men rich.
Making like rude comments.
Bad women keep dudes broke.
About polygamy or the polyamorous lifestyle when they're being cheated on or they're doing the cheating. And they're monogamous relationships.
Like I said, I wanted this to be clear. I'm not condoning the fact that he did what he did. I'm actually saying that he fucked up. But even then, even when in the fucking up, at least the wife still said, I'm still willing to fight for him because I know when he's on his ball, what he can do as a man and a husband. And that's just fair game.
Behind closed doors.
So once again, it's just seeing through the makeup. I mean, if she saw anything else worse, she would have cut him off like anybody else. But she didn't see that ultimately that works. And I think people just fail to realize that because I think, and this is my thing, right? And this is another big factor when it comes to the whole marriage key factor. Most people don't marry. Most people just marry the other person, but they don't marry the whole visual. And I think when I say that, I mean like, when you know, like your family's intercourse with the other family,
right? You got a sister wife,
and you know there's certain type of understanding right there. At least, regardless, good or bad, or indifference. At least from that point, there's a lot of respect there.
I agree.
Being built, and a lot of good, family bonding or respect bonding somewhere around the lane. So that also keeps that in touch as well, because at the end of the damn day, there's some form of
aware that your partner has
respectful conditioning amongst the family, saying, "Hey, you know what? Let's make your thing, but you got to keep this together because it's the right thing." And let's be honest, like most people, like look, but I remember this the other time, right? Like I forgot what show it was, but I remember one of these famous people, one of these famous parents. They actually loved the other chick, but the funny thing about the other chick was she was out there drinking a lot.
One to three girls.
She had her issues, but they still liked her though. They didn't like the new chick.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, you like the drinker, but you didn't like the other chick. But the other chick didn't get in trouble much other than having her attitude. The other one was sort of a drinker, and she was more effing up every other time. I'm like, but notice why they chose her, because they had more of a bond with her more than anything else. But this is my whole point. They want to take certain things and work with certain things because they build bond in a relationship. That's my whole point.
Like I was sharing with my past.
A lot of things that we did yesterday, a lot of things that we see on TV and movies, we don't do this in real life. But why not? Because we threw that away. Because we don't want no one to judge or say that we chose wrong. And then it's like, oh, we got to throw that choice away. Excuse me, but yet you proving it every single day. Like when you choose the choice you made, it still didn't end up bad. You did not break. You did not break the stereotype or the image that was set upon you. You fall right into it.
That's what happened.
Who catch
and don't get me wrong, I mean some people do break it, but most don't.
Crazy to me because if you're married, why would you have to worry about that? So and this is here in Atlanta. So it's like, okay, so what's the purpose of getting married if your husband is just gonna bring you all kind of STDs and HIV home? You might as well stay in the street.
You hear people say, "Well, the reason why I got married."
And from that point, this is where I say men need to start wrapping shit up.
I said, I'm like,
that's all I can say for that part. That's all I can say for that part. Y'all do need to start wrapping it up because y'all
be going around, skiing around,
Women, because women.
Because if y'all did y'all research, that thing ain't easily detected now.
Because they know their man's routine. And men don't really switch it up too much unless they're running real weird. So your man's routine, you can catch things out of scene. Like why he take a shower, he never took a shower when he got home. Y'all know. So since you know that routine, you can learn it. It not only doesn't
see, this is why see this. So this is why I always say this. Always read the field, because I'm telling you right now, they reading it too. Men, you always gotta read your women. Always.
Right.
Yeah, real talk, man.
Oh Lord! Just do one thing out of pocket. They like, you never did that. What's going on? I'm like,
they can maneuver around you just as easily. So don't be fooled.
I gotta have a pattern every single time because I do this pattern every single day. Like, damn.
Because you married him or you with him.
Yeah, you gotta switch it up.
Shoot. Hey, look, I always say this. Just because my behind come home and I chose to take a shower, knowing I don't do that naturally. It's probably because it was damn well motherfucking musky high, and I didn't want to come up here sweating all on everybody. So maybe I forget to shower. Nah. Yeah, what's going on, Marcus?
Hello, Marcus, man. Thank you for tuning in. Marcus, if you want to join the panel, man, feel free to do so. I'll send the link right now.
That is so true. But we're gonna go ahead and head out. We're gonna go ahead and rate
You did great.
But thank you so much, MzPoly, for coming through tonight and gracing us with your presence. I really appreciate you. Remember, you guys, she's from Nebraska and she's also.
Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can join in real quick. Give me about 1 second.
All right, no problem.
Knowledge and relationships for having the watch party on YouTube. Shout out to all the YouTube family. Shout out to my wonderful, beautiful moderator, Dream Diva 55, for always holding me down in the chat and off the chat. She's amazing. And thank you, 403 City Girl, for showing up. Thank you for those who gifted subs and sub to the channel. Thank you for the alerts, you guys. I appreciate
never mind.
And
I'm a
once
little
again,
too late.
Thank you so much to MzPoly. We're gonna have her back for sure. This is not her last time. And looking forward to being on your platform as well, MzPoly. But you guys go ahead and copy and paste those great messages in the chat. Make sure you guys throw up those corn emotes. And peace out. Blessings.
Oh, she's on Stream of Elements. All right.
Knowledge and relationships.